Cincinnati. I think Buffalo got better, no question. I think the Bills are a real threat, but the Chiefs are 3-0 in the playoffs against them. And the Chiefs, if you look at those games, have just slaughtered Buffalo's defense. They do it every time they see them. And the Bills' defense this year has not been great. So I actually think if the Bengals can get themselves right, they're still the team the Chiefs would tell you they'd least like to see in a playoff game.
Matt Verderam is joining us from Sports Illustrated. You mentioned the Texans, and we see that they've continued on the path where they started last year with Ryans.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
Hello and welcome to the La Vega Pirate Football pregame show, sponsored by Pickens Bail Bonds. Welcome here on 94.5 FM. We've got a big game set for you tonight. Can't wait. This is Leroy Gillis on color tonight, and we've got the play-by-play man himself, none other than Cedric Eigerhart here calling the game. Cedric, we got a big game tonight.
Yeah, this is another big matchup, District 12, 4A Division 2. This is probably the most competitive 4A district in the state. There's no easy outs here. And so we have La Vega hosting their first district game tonight as they welcome in the China Spring Cougars.
Yeah, China Spring really on a somewhat of a, I guess maybe we could say a down year. Thus far, as I think that they only have one victory, if I'm not correct, not mistaken. And so we know that China Spring is having a down year, but this is a district game. District games are different, and because you're very familiar with them, and so I'm looking for China Spring to really play above their record tonight.
Yeah, and because China Spring, they barely lost last week against Connolly in their district opener, where they were at home. They lost 26-23. But this is probably, and I think Jalen said this earlier in the week, this is probably the best one-team win in the state of Texas right now. This China Spring team is talented. They're only 2 years removed from winning a state title. They have about 4 or 5 kids who were sophomores. They played as sophomores doing that state title run 2 years ago, and these kids are seniors now. So this is going to be a team that's going to play with a lot of pride.
Yeah. When you got some familiarity, and China Spring and La Vega have had some battles over the years.
Absolutely.
This district, I'm really believing that this is one of the best districts in 4A football in the state of Texas. When you look at the teams that are in here, the team that we thought might be the worst team, we were there last week, Gatesville. Gatesville played Connolly well. Played La Vega tough there at the end with that running back that they had.
Yeah, what we saw in Gatesville, we saw them get out to a slow start. We know that Gatesville is they're an offense. They're just kind of methodical, plotting, 3 yards in a cloud of dust type stuff. Want to run the ball. And when you fall behind early, especially against a team that's talented like La Vega, it's going to be hard for you to kind of, catch up and win those games, because La Vega just jumped out on them 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. And if you have if you have a mainly a running offense, it's gonna be hard for you to come from behind, and that's what we saw last week with Gatesville. Definitely not a team that's bad. That running back. I told everybody who's willing to listen, that was like Derrick Henry Jr. This guy had 30 carries, 170 yards, and never left the field. So there's not a team in this district that doesn't have any talent, and this is why you have to just basically make sure that when you show up on Friday nights, you're gonna have to give your best effort if you're going to have any hopes of winning this particular district.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to a great game tonight. I think, well, not think, but I know that you had an opportunity to go and speak with both coaches. So I want to bring on the coach from China Spring first. He had a lot to say, and I'm sure he's trying to get his team adjusted. And so let's go to that particular interview and hear what he had to say.
Okay, so we are here with China Spring head coach Tyler Beatty. Coach Beatty, how are you doing today?
We're doing great. Just another great day to be a Cougar.
Absolutely. So let's just talk a little bit about your season. You guys are off to a slow start, currently riding a 4-game losing streak. The only win on the season is a 27-24 victory that you guys had on the road at Bastrop. Talk a little bit about what you've seen this season out of your team, things that you kind of expected and maybe things that you didn't necessarily expect.
I think the biggest thing is just obviously a lot of growing pains. You know, whenever you have a group of kids that come before that have had, 2-3 year starters on it, and we still have some of those guys, we don't have an entire roster full of them. So, first of the year, trying to get guys plugged in the correct spots and positions and figuring out what our strengths are as a team. And we knew there was going to be some bumps along the road, but I've been really, really pleased at how well our kids respond to adversity. We have faced quite a bit of that through the first 6 games, and we're continuing to grow and get better. What's really impressive is to see these seniors take some ownership and become leaders and understand that just because you work out really hard and just because the uniforms look really good, that the wins are going to follow, and there's a lot of things that take place. So we are blessed in seeing where these kids are going and feel really good where we are right now.
Yeah, and we're talking about a program that's just 2 years removed from a state title, and you still have there were guys who were sophomores on that team. Zane Boylan, Caden Dumas, Corbin Hendrick, Bo Spell. So there's a carryover. These guys understand what it takes to win, and you have a bunch of seniors on your team. So you have to be kind of encouraged by the fact that there's a lot of senior leadership that is on this roster that understands that, hey, 1-5 is not the end of the world. We can still rebound from this, right?
Exactly. Going into the regular season, district play at 1-4, it could have gone a lot of ways. It could have been, hey, let's abandon ship and let's get out of here. And that's not what we've seen. Our kids have rallied and they understand that district is a very, very important time. We're still not necessarily completely in control of our destiny, right? We need some things to happen for whether that be a district championship or a tie for a district championship and playoffs and postseason playoffs. Those things are still there, but we've got to make sure that we're just intentional and focused on the game at hand. What happened last week, there's nothing we can do about it, and we've got to learn from those mistakes and grow and understand that we're going to face a really, really good La Vega team, and they've got they've got some players on their roster, but they're also 1-0 in district, so they're still in control of their destiny in that side. And they've played a lot of really, really high caliber teams in the preseason. So if we can just put our best foot forward every play and minimize the negative plays and situations, we feel really, really good about it.
And talking about La Vega, which is obviously the team that you're going to be facing on Friday when you guys travel to Belmead to try to pick up your first district win. In your mind, from a coaching standpoint, what are some of the things that you absolutely have to do to make sure that you come out of that with a W?
One of the biggest things, we got to have first down conversions on third down. We've got to be able to move the football and sustain drives. We've shown potential over the course of the year to have 1 to 2 maybe even 3 play drives and scored a touchdown. But that's not who we really are. We're a team that's going to need 12 to 15 plays and kind of methodically move the football down the field and then score at the end of it. And that's going to be huge for us because it controls the clock, allows our kids to rely on what we do really, really well. And it keeps the other team's offense off the field. They've got a very dynamic and athletic offense, a lot of playmakers that if those guys are on the field all night, the likelihood of them scoring just naturally increases. The second thing is we've got to tackle at a very high rate. We did an excellent job this past week versus Conley with a 90% tackle rate, which is the best we've had all year. And that's really, really encouraging. You'd rather be tackling at a higher rate and having more success now than you would week 2, and I feel like we're making the right steps. It's just yet to show up in the win column yet, and that's okay. We're still grinding and still getting after it.
All right, well, Coach, thank you for your time, and looking forward to a great matchup this Friday night when you guys travel to meet La Vega.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it, Coach Beatty. Cedric kind of commenting and talking about his program, and what did you pull out of that?
Yeah, the thing is, they're off to a slow start. They're 1-5, but what you heard from Coach Beatty is they're not crestfallen. They're not discouraged. They understand that there's going to be 4 teams from this district that makes the playoffs, and there's no reason for them not to think that they can still be one of those teams with just the one district loss coming in. And once again, they had a handful of sophomores on that roster that won state. Those kids are now seniors, so they have some senior leadership on that team. And so just kind of interesting to see how that translates, how they can parlay that into some victories, over the next couple of weeks.
All right. Hey, we're going to get ready to take a break. You are listening to and watching the La Vega Pirate pregame show sponsored by Pickens Bail Bonds. As we always say, we don't want you to necessarily have to use them, but if you do, give those guys a call over at Pickens Bail Bonds. They'll get you back in business and get you back on the road again. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after a few messages. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 FM.
Are you looking for something new and unforgettable in Waco? Come to the Blazing Asian, where authentic Cambodian flavors meet creative culinary flair. Voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin, we're serving up family recipes with a twist. Blazing Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are made in-house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation. Does your corporate or church event need audio or video production? Don't stress. Call the guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced hundreds of live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254-252-4206. Or go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
We are back. We're back here at La Vega Pirate Football, and we got a chance to hear Coach Beatty there for a second talk about his program. And so, Cedric, tell me a little bit more about what you pulled out of his conversation.
Yeah, the thing about this China Spring Cougar team, and I understand La Vega and China Spring are very familiar with one another, played several times over the last few seasons. And this is a team they're going to be a little bit like Gatesville last week in terms of, they want to be methodical. You heard Coach Beatty say, we need 13, 14, 15 play scoring drives. This is just kind of who we are. And so what we're going to see is another contrast in styles, because we know that La Vega has these explosive athletes, and they could 80-yard play in a heartbeat. And so China Spring understands that they're going to have to do some ball control in order to make sure that they're still in the, have a chance to win this ball game. They're going to have to control the ball, and they're going to have to make sure. And we heard Coach Beatty talk about the tackle rate last week at being 90% at when they played Conley, and with that being the best of the year. So they're going to have to control the ball on offense and play really good assignment defense.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to see what China Spring can do. I know they're trying to get trying to bounce back. A story program. They've done some wonderful things over the years. Of course, winning 2 state back-to-back championships ain't bad, and so we're looking to see them kind of bounce back. I'm sure La Vega knows, Coach Hyde knows that China Spring's going to come out and play him tough.
Oh, absolutely. And had a chance to speak with Coach Hyde, and Coach Hyde kind of talked about what he has to do this week in order to make sure that his team stays on track after coming off of last week's district opening win.
So let's go ahead and go to Coach Hyde now and see what he has to say during y'all's conversation.
So we are here with head coach Don Hyde. Coach Hyde, we saw your team get District 12 4A Division II off on the right foot with a big win on the road at Gatesville last Friday. What did you see out of your ball club in that particular game?
I think we improved a little bit in certain areas, and we kind of dropped off a little bit in other areas. So, what they do defensively causes some fits because they got a guy you can't account for. And it all depends on how they're playing him, and you got to make adjustments to how they're playing him. And, of course, they're going to make adjustments to how they're playing him. So we struggled a little bit in the run game because of the way they were fitting things and the way they adjusted their fits. But at the same time, if they're going to play single outside on a great receiver here in Central Texas, then we got to take advantage of that. And I thought our quarterback and our offensive coaches and Jabari and some other kids did a really good job of throwing and catching the football and calling plays to get us in the right situation.
And then the one thing that I did notice, and I don't think you've done a whole lot of this season, is, because you talked about earlier in the year, you talked about how your team is going to be kind of undersized in the trenches, and you kind of brought in your big 3 offensive linemen and put them on defensive line to kind of stifle that power running game that Gatesville has started to get rolling against you. Is that going to kind of be a staple going forward, or just something that you're just going to kind of keep in your back pocket?
No, those kids practice defense too. We just don't use them unless we're put in a situation where we need to use them. And I'm not going to use them in a non-district game and take a chance on getting our 3 best offensive linemen hurt playing a team that doesn't really matter if we win or lose. So, this game mattered, and moving forward, they all matter. So if we get in a crunch situation and we got to come up with a big stop, and they're trying to run power game against us, we're going to put those kids in the game. We're going to play football.
Awesome. So talking about district, the next test is going to be China Spring. They're, by their record, it may seem like they're off to a slow start, but I heard somebody say a couple of days ago, China Spring may be the best one-win team that you've ever seen in the area.
Yeah, they're a good football team. They're well coached. Coach Beatty does a fabulous job, and they've got a system in place that's produced a couple state championships in the last couple of years. And so, regardless of what someone's record is, we don't even look at that. I think kids sometimes look at that, but as coaches, you don't look at that. You look at their play on the field, and when they don't make mistakes, they're pretty good, And so we can't worry about what their record is or what our record is. We got to worry about getting out there on Friday night playing good football.
And the one thing that you guys have, because you started district play coming out of a bye week, and it seemed like the one thing that you used the bye week for was you guys kind of cleaned up the turnovers a little bit. Just kind of talk a little bit about how do you keep that part of your execution rolling forward.
Well, I mean, that's just part of the game in a lot of ways. But you got to take care of that stuff, and that's a huge part of being successful or unsuccessful, is making sure you can take care of the football. And so, we concentrate on that every day. Sometimes it just didn't work out in your favor. So we got to continue to get better and then find ways to control the football and create turnovers.
And, the last time that you guys faced China Spring, and, you guys have faced each other a lot, it was kind of a shootout. Kind of what is your mindset going into this game Friday night in terms of trying to keep that Cougar offense under wraps?
Yeah, I mean, our philosophy is to score points and not allow them to score points. That's every week. So that doesn't change.
All right, well, Coach, as always, thank you for your time, and we look forward to a good contest Friday night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So there you have it, Coach Hyde in rare form. He said that his philosophy is to score points and not let them score points. And okay, yeah. So I get it. That's a good philosophy to have.
Yeah, and the one thing about Coach Hyde, listen, I always enjoy talking to Coach Hyde and spending time with him. He's just plain spoken. He's not gonna. He's just gonna be the same dude all the time, and he's gonna break it down. He's just gonna break it down for you. Hey, listen, the team that scores the most points is the one who's gonna win the football game.
Yeah, well, you are listening to the Vega Pirate Football pregame show sponsored by Pickens Bail Bonds, and we're gonna take a quick break. And we'll come back and talk about a few keys to the game, and we'll be right around kickoff after that. You are listening to La Vega Fire Football on 94.5 FM.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans. We can talk about sports.
And Infinity Sports.
NSJ Event Co., one of the premier event designers in Central Texas and a Centex Sports Network supporter. Voted Waco Awards Event Planner of the Year 2021, NSJ Event Co. is your go-to source for event planning. Whether it's your next baby shower, birthday bash, wedding, or retirement party, NSJ Event Co. will bring out the elegance, class, and style your event deserves. Call NSJ Event Co. at the number on the screen or scan the QR code to schedule a free consultation. NSJ Event Co., where the party lady takes care of all your event needs.
Are you looking for something new and unforgettable in Waco? Come to the Blazing Asian, where authentic Cambodian flavors meet creative culinary flair. Voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin, we're serving up family recipes with a twist. Blazing Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are made in-house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
We are back here at Williams Stadium. The Vega Pirate Football getting ready to kick off here in about 5-6 minutes. Cedric, we just got an opportunity to hear from Coach Betty and Coach Hyde in the pregame show and their thoughts on what they got to do to come out with a W today. But tell us about what we need to be looking or listening for as listeners tonight, maybe some of the special players.
Yeah, there's a handful of kids you want to watch tonight. When you look at China Spring, and it's very rare that I say it's the kicker. They have a sophomore kicker in Joseph Dickerson. He's very poised. He doesn't have elite range, but once they get into his range, they don't have any problem rolling him out. He's very accurate in terms of the kicking game. So you might want to keep an eye on that. Because instead of going for it on 4th down, they could just, roll him out and get the field goal. So watch Joseph Dickerson tonight. Also, China Spring quarterback Matthew Battles. He's not the biggest kid. He's not the fastest kid, but he is an athlete. And he's a guy that's going to move the change. He when the pocket breaks down, he knows how to roll out and, extend plays. So look for Matthew Battles to be a catalyst for China Spring if they're going to have a chance to win this game tonight. And then for the Pirates, we can always talk about Bryson Rowland. He's a factor in the run game. He's a factor in the pass game. He's just a factor. Okay. So I always look at Bryson Rowland. But pay attention tonight to Caden Rowland, who is the sophomore linebacker. He's the leading tackler for La Vega tonight. And Caden Rowland has enough athleticism to kind of neutralize anything that Matthew Battles is going to be able to do for China Spring.
Yeah, China Spring, as I see it. China Spring, of course, they won two championships in the last 4 years. Great accomplishment they've done. But this is not the same team. Just looking at them, for one, the China Spring offensive line is not as big. The China Spring defensive backs are not as big. The China Spring running back, although they got a kid, I think, that transferred in from somewhere, the running back, he's decent. I think the kid that they had the last few years was maybe Barton, what's his name? And he kind of reminded me of Rowland. He was undersized, but if he could make it to the second level, he made big things happen. And, of course, China Spring had a 3 or 4 star quarterback those previous years, and Battle is not that. And so La Vega, on the other hand, they got some athletes at some key positions. Of course, we know about Rowland, running back,
Jabari Thornton.
I think Thornton, for me, is the best receiver in Waco. Some may argue it. I think he is the best receiver. The quarterback, though, is the one that really has stood out to me. The poise that this sophomore, I don't know what his age is. He's probably about 15 years old. And the poise that this young man, Parr, has shown in the pocket has been, to me, incredible. The sky is the limit as far as what is this kid going to look like with 2 more years of seasoning.
Yeah, and these are 2 programs. They're both well coached, but I think the difference is La Vega has more dynamic athletes at the skill position. You talked about Parr and Rowland and Thornton. They just have their skill players just have a little bit more than China Spring does in terms of athleticism, but don't think that China Spring is not here to compete tonight.
Yeah, so we're looking for a big matchup. And one thing about it, when you start getting into these district games, records don't mean a whole lot, man. They turn into dog fights, and I'm looking for China Spring ain't laying down here in Belle Meade today, so I'm looking for a big game. Let's do this, Cedric. Let's go ahead and take a final break as they're getting ready to play the national anthem here in a few moments. We'll take a final break, and we will be right back. Give us about 2 minutes, and we'll be right back with the kickoff. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5.
Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation. Does your corporate or church event need audio or video production? Don't stress. Call the guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced hundreds of live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254-252-4206. Or go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
The East Waco Empowerment Project, along with City Center Waco, is hosting WeBo, Workshop in Business Opportunity, to help create more entrepreneurs. Business owners like Aniceto Charles of True Jamaica Restaurant and Carla Dotson of Boardwalk on Elm attended WeBo to develop their business ideas into successful Black-owned businesses right in the heart of East Waco. WeBo can also help you turn your side hustle or business idea into the next thriving Black-owned business in our community. If you would like to attend this 10-week intense entrepreneurial workshop, go to WeBoWaco.org. That's WIBO Waco.org. Space on Elm attended WeBo to develop their business ideas into successful Black-owned businesses right in the heart of East Waco. WeBo can also help you turn your side hustle or business idea into the next thriving Black-owned business in our community. If you would like to attend this 10-week intense entrepreneurial workshop, go to WeBoWaco.org. That's WIBO Waco.org. Space.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. 785-9132.
Here on 94.5. We are getting ready to kick off here in just a few moments. You are listening to this broadcast live from Willie Williams Stadium here in Bellmead, Texas. I am the color commentator today, none other than Leroy Gillis, and we got the man of the hour, the play-by-play man himself for the Vega Pirate football, none other than Cedric Iglehart. Cedric, we got a game coming up here in just a few moments.
Absolutely, yeah. This is going to be this should be a competitive game because, like we said earlier, these are two well-coached programs. China Spring has a lot of senior leadership on their roster. They may not be as fast as La Vega because La Vega just has a lot of dynamic athletes at the skill position, but don't think that China Spring is not going to compete here tonight.
Well, we're looking forward to a great lineup. It looks like China Spring is getting ready to receive the kick coming from La Vega. So La Vega will get the ball coming out of the halftime. And they're going to be moving from right to left here, kicking off from right to left. Got a great night for football here tonight. Real moderate. I think it's about 85 degrees outside.
Yeah, and it's only going to get a little bit cooler. I think fall is finally set in here in Central
Thank the
Texas.
Lord.
So here's the kickoff, and it's going to be fielded at the 5-yard line. Has a little room for return there. Nice tackle there made around the 15-yard line, and it looks like that was Elbert Jones making a stop for the Pirates. About a 10-yard return. So we're going to see China Spring on offense for the first time tonight, and they have the ball spotted at the Cougar 14-yard line. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to be important for China Spring as they come out to have some ball control and not turn the ball over. Coach mentioned that they can't afford to have turnovers against this La Vega Pirate team.
And the whole thing about China Spring offense is all about Matthew Battles. Matthew Battles is the straw that stirs the drink for China Spring. So we'll see what it looks like. And here's the first play. It's a play-action pass, and he rolled out to his left. I'm sorry, to his right, and gets off a little quick pass here. That pass is caught by Jacoby Bledsoe. That's going to be a pickup of 5 yards there to open up the game for the Cougars.
Yeah, so we're looking for. We're here. We're back to it.
So the Cougars come out with 4 receivers. Trips to the left. It's going to be a quick pass to the running back. It's caught, and he has a first down. He's still on his feet. Just a nice little swing pass there from Battles to the running back, Dean Hanna. And that's going to be a Cougar first down. Pickup of about 13 yards on that play. And nothing fancy, Roy. Yeah, and we understand that the Cougars, they don't do a whole lot of misdirection or things like that. They just kind of play you straightforward.
Yeah, so we'll see. Right now they're still kind of in the fill-out phases.
So on this first down play, it's going to be a quick option. Not a whole lot of room there. There's a flag on the play. As the running back was met by Warren Richardson Jr. and a couple of other Pirates there. Let's see what this penalty is about. I didn't really see anything there, but so it's going to be a face mask call against La Vega, and that's going to cost the Pirates some yardage. That's going to put China Spring into another first down situation, and they move the ball all the way out to the China Spring 48-yard line, and that's where they're going to take this 1st and 10 play.
Yeah, so those are the kind of situations that happen that you don't want to see from the La Vega side. You don't want to give up anything.
And so here they come with a straight ahead handoff. Not a whole lot of room there. You got Gigante Thomas in the backfield making a tackle for a loss there. But they're going to actually give him some forward yardage there. So it's going to be 2nd and long here for China Spring.
And it's important for La Vega to try to hold them to a short gain here to keep them in those 3rd and long kind of situations. So
the Cougars come out again with 3 receivers set. They send a back in motion. Battles his back to pass, has time, and now he's leaving the pocket, sacked in the backfield.
It's going to lose about 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and probably around 9 yards. 8 to 9 yards to go here. So this is big for La Vega, Cedric. La Vega wants to hold them to this and get that defense off the field.
Yeah, and you see that was Broderick Scott coming up and making a nice stop in the backfield there. So 3rd and long for China Spring. Big play coming up here, and let's see how it unfolds. Okay, so they fake. It's a play action. They're going to give a little bubble screen, and it's not going anywhere. The pass was caught by Christian Trevino, but he was dropped for a loss.
Yeah, he ends up losing about 4 yards. They were trying to set up the bubble screen because La Vega's been real aggressive on this rush, and so they were trying to set up something, but it didn't really get off. He caught the ball. Quarterback didn't get a clean snap, and he was real slow in his windup in getting that ball out to the receiver. La Vega was all over that.
So the punt team comes out for China Spring, and Marquay Willis is back to receive the kick for La Vega. And let's see what type of kick it is. It's going to be up. Not a bad kick. It's going to be over the head of Willis. It's going to go out of bounds around the La Vega 5-yard line. And let's see where the officials actually spot the ball. I think they're gonna put it at the La Vega 7-yard line, it looks like. And so that's where the Pirates will take over on offense for the first time this evening.
So with 8:50 left to go here in this first quarter, La Vega is getting ready to take over. And Cedric, we'll see what they come out with here. They started fast last week. We'll see if they can start fast again this week.
And it looks like, once again, the sophomore Courtney Parr is going to be the quarterback for the Pirates. And we talked about how well he's played this season. So let's see what they have here with his first possession. They come out with 3 receivers, 2 on the right side. Thornton by himself on the left. And Bryson Rowland is going to be the lone running back. And they're going to hand it to Rowland. He's coming to his left, makes a man miss. He's at the 5 and 10, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. And that's just Bryson Rowland.
Yeah, he may, sometimes you got to make maybe chicken salad out of not a whole lot there. So he was able to do it. The first guy put his hands on him at the line of scrimmage, but he didn't bring him down.
Yeah, so. and we've seen Bryson Rowland make a lot of people miss. That's just kind of what he does. So now here we are on 2nd down. It's going to be a quick hitch. They're going to get it to Jabari Thornton, and he's going to have enough for the first down there. That's going to be a pickup of 9 yards, and it's going to be a 1st and 10.
That's going to be another Linkage Credit Union first down. Here, Linkage Credit Union, one of our sponsors.
And that's good enough for a Pirate, first down.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the La Vega 20-yard line. Pirates are coming out. They have 2 receivers to the right. Rowland alone setback. They're going to hand it to Rowland. He's going to come to his left. Not a whole lot of room there. kind of stacked up there by a bunch of Cougars led by number 5, Corbin Hendrick. But he's going to pick up about 3 yards on that carry.
Yeah, good. Still good run. You know, he picks up about 4 yards, as you said. So that's a good run for them. La Vega's got to stay committed to the run. We know they can pass, but they got to stay committed to the run. You got one of the best running backs in Central Texas.
So it's going to set up a 2nd and 6 for the Pirates. Coming out again with 3 receivers, 2 to the left. They're going to hand it off to Roland. It's in a play-action pass, and they're going to go downfield. Had a man open.
Tight end was running right up the seam just a little bit. He needed just a little more touch on that. If he could have put a little more air on it, that would have been 6 to the house. But great fake. It faked me out. I was looking in the backfield.
Yeah. Courtney Parr had James the Great running up the seam from the tight end position, just like you said, and he's overthrown.
Yeah, just a little air underneath it, but that's still great play call by La Vega. Great play call. It's gonna bring up 3rd down and 6. 7:45 left to go here in this first period.
So the Pirates come out in the same formation. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Parr, play action, has a man open. Wide open, running down the field.
Right through the arms of the La Vega. Right through the arms. Great play again by La Vega. Just a little, maybe just a little more air on it, and that would have been another one. So, Cedric, these first play calls, they've called some great plays, hadn't necessarily been able to execute on them. Completely execute.
And generally, you know, Courtney Parr is more accurate with his passes than we've seen here in this first possession. But I had a couple of guys open and just didn't hit them.
Yeah, I think it wasn't the accuracy. That's just a touch thing. That's just a little more touch.
So here's a punt by Giovanni Escada. It kind of comes off the side of his foot. It's going to be fielded by the Pirates at the China Spring 49-yard line, and that's where the Cougars are going to come out and set up for their second offensive possession.
So with 7:33 left to go here, we're going to keep it right here on the field. Few great play. I thought some great play calls by La Vega, Cedric. A little more touch on that ball, and we could have a 7-0 game, but China Spring's going to get a chance to come back out.
So they come back out with 3 receivers in the set. They had Twains to the right, Battles in the shotgun. They send the man in motion, Battles rolling to his right. Nothing there, so the pocket breaks down. He's gonna try to pick up something on the ground. 2-yard carry there for Battles before he was stopped there by Caden Rowland.
Yeah, it's going to be a 2nd and 8. They actually flooded the zone on the right side. China Spring moving from left to right, and they put 3 people in the zone, and one receiver actually had broken free. The free safety was trying to make his way over, but the quarterback didn't even get a chance to see him as the La Vega pressure was all over China Spring quarterback.
So we're going to have a 2nd and 8 here for China Spring. They're going to give it to the running back, and there's nothing there. Hit immediately by Warren Richardson Jr. and Gante Thomas. Maybe they're going to give him a yard forward progress. It just wasn't a whole lot there.
Straight up the A-gap. La Vega's been working on that A-gap defense, and it is showing thus far here tonight. Not much for the China Spring running back.
So we're going to have 3rd and 7 for the Cougars as they're getting the sideline. Once again, 3 receivers in the formation, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation for Matthew Battles, and he's going to play action to the running back. He's going to drop back to pass. It's going to be intercepted, and it's going to be a pick. And La Vega has the ball there out to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, and he steps out of bounds. Amir Gibson with a great play at cornerback. They look like that pass was intended for him.
Well, it was the same play that China Spring ran to the right side. They ran it to the other side this time, to the left side, and they flooded the zone. But La Vega was sitting back there in a zone, waiting on it. He just watched the ball, got it. Quarterback, again, was under duress. Great job by the La Vega defensive line as they're putting a lot of heat on this quarterback at China Spring, and I kind of think that led to the turnover.
Yeah, they're not letting Matthew Battles be comfortable there in the pocket. So La Vega takes over possession, and they're going to be at their own, at the China Spring 10-yard line. They're going to hand it off to Roland. He's rolling to his right. Not a lot of room there. Maybe a pickup of 2 yards there on a handoff to Bryson Roland. He did make a man miss in the backfield, but there was just too many Cougars there.
Yeah, China Springs got just about everybody at the offensive line. I tell you what, chasing after this Roland kid, man, it's tiring. It should be just a real quick play, a tackle, and he just bounces all over the place.
So here's La Vega with second down, and Parr looking to pass. He's rolling to his left, has a man downfield, incomplete pass, and he was trying to get that ball out to Dalen Pullen, just not on the same page there, incomplete pass.
Looked like that Park could have kept that. I thought he might try to run that one in. I thought he might try to, but he saw something, he got rid of it. So it's going to bring up a third down. We're at a third and goal here. A third and goal, so La Vega's.
They're going to take this snap from the China Spring 8-yard line. Third and goal. 3 receivers in the set. 2 set out to the left. 1 set out to the right. And they're going to bring him in motion. And they're going to they're going to fake the jet sweep. And Parr's going to keep it. Not a whole lot of room there. Brought down at the 5-yard line there by Zachary McElroy.
So decision time right now for La Vega. Are they going to kick the field goal, or are they going to go ahead?
I don't see the kicker coming onto the field. I think they're going to go for this here on a 4th and goal.
Yeah.
From the 6-yard line.
Maybe they are they're looking at the big picture. If they don't get it, China Spring will have the ball at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, with the hole into the field to go. So let's see if they come out in a bunch formation, and Roland is alongside back, and Parr's going to throw it to Roland out in the flats. Roland makes a man miss. Did he get it to the end zone?
Touchdown. I tell you what. China Spring had the right defense call. They ran that play. Great touch by Parr on that one. He had to get it over a defender right in his face. He floats it over the top of it to Roland out in the flat. Roland makes that man miss and drags him in the end zone with a yard man hanging off of him. Man, that's a great play.
Yeah, and that's just Bryson Roland doing Bryson Roland things. He excels at making people miss. The first defender very rarely brings him down, and we just saw that here on that particular swing pass there. And so the extra point is good. So
with 4:23 left to go here in the first period, we're going to take a quick break. Take about a 1-minute break. We'll be right back. You're listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 FM.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans. We can talk about sports.
And Infinity Sports.
Are you looking for something new and unforgettable in Waco? Come to the Blazing Asian, where authentic Cambodian flavors meet creative culinary flair. Voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall
on that flat play, but they didn't get him on the ground.
And this is what Bryson Roland is known for. He just has this escapability to make people miss. And we just saw that on that play. Like you said, China Spring had the correct defense call. It was just a better play by Bryson Roland than it was by the China Spring defense.
Yeah, so China on the kickoff return, they get this one out to about the 25-yard line, and that's where they'll take over China Spring, they tried a few things that just came up short through a pickoff in the previous set of plays. Said that they're going to have to settle down or this thing could get crazy on them.
Yeah, and what China Spring wants to do is they want to control the clock. They want to put together 13, 14, 15 play scoring drives. So let's see what they can do here as they come out here with the on the offense again, taking a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. So they come out with 4 receivers in the set, 2 to each side, lone setback. Battles rolls to his left, looking to pass, nothing there. He's gonna run it, and he's gonna push the ball out to the 31-yard line.
Picks up 6 on that one, and you know, sometimes you got to just pull it down and run the ball, because just throwing the ball up against this La Vega team, it could be a long night.
And the thing about Battles, he's not afraid to do that. He has no problem pulling that ball, tucking that ball in, and putting his head down and getting as many yards as he can with his legs. So it's going to be a 2nd and 4 for China Spring. Same formation, 4 receivers. They're going to fake the handoff. Battles is going to keep down. He's going to pitch it to the running back. He has the 1st down, makes the man miss. He's out to the 50, to the 45-yard line. Finally knocked out of bounds at the La Vega 43-yard line. Very nice run there by Christian Gregory.
Yeah, it's basically an old school option to the wide side of the field. China Spring going from left to right here. And it really was just an assignment football, and La Vega missed that assignment on that other end. And good blocking by the China Spring receiver, too.
So the Cougars come back out, same formation, and this time it's going to be a keeper by Battles, looking for some room on the left side. Picks up maybe 3 yards there on the keeper before he's brought down by K. Balch for the Pirates. And I don't even think they're going to give him 3 yards now.
He's got 3. But I tell you what, that was a tough 3. That was 3 the hard way right there.
So the Pirates come out once again, multiple receivers in the formation, 2 receivers on each side. Gregory is the lone setback with Battles. Battles is going to take the pick, and he's going to keep it. Quarterback keeper going right up the middle. Had a little room there. Picked up about maybe 6 yards there.
I think they saw something in that middle. If you look at the alignment that La Vega's running, they're spread pretty good across that defensive line. China's just trying to pick up 2 and 3 yards. They're perfectly fine with that.
And now we see for the first time tonight what we saw in Gatesville last week when La Vega kind of goes jumbo on defense with Jaquavian Johnson, Ethan Thompson, and Zaith Gonzalez, their 3 biggest kids. We see them coming in here on this 3rd and 3 play on defense.
Oh,
there's a offsides by China Spring.
Yeah, it's going to be a false start.
Yeah,
that's going to cost them 5. That's going to be a costly penalty.
Yeah, Jackson Easton for China Spring. He just moved too early there, and that's going to back China Spring up 5 yards. And now you see La Vega bringing the jumbos out.
You know, and what they're doing is they're trying to keep those guys that normally play. They start offensive line, trying to keep them as fresh as possible.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a passing down.
It's 3rd and 8 here for China Spring. And so, you would be looking for a pass in this situation. So they come out with trips to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Gregory is the lone setback. Battles takes the snap. He rolls to his left. Quick pass on the edge. Not a whole lot there as La Vega defended that very well. That was number 16, Caden Rowland, all over that particular swing pass.
I tell you what, that was going nowhere from the snap.
Yeah.
And he rolled. The China Spring quarterback rolled left, but you need 7 yards while you're running a 2-yard route.
And it looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down. This is not a punt formation here. So the Cougars are going to go for it here.
I'd watch them. I don't know that they're necessarily going for this.
Yeah, it's a 4th and 6. So let's see.
They are.
Yeah, they're going for it. Battles has the ball. He's looking downfield. has a man open, overthrew him. That pass was very, very well defended. It was a kind of a 50-50 ball, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, it was almost a Hail Mary. He didn't have, the receiver had stopped running the route. I don't know what that was. Yeah, I'm sure that's not how that play was drawn up. And so, in any case, La Vega's going to take over with 34 seconds left to go here in this first period. La Vega getting ready to take over the ball at their own. Looks like the nose is right above the 40, so La Vega's going to be going from right to left here on this beautiful night here at Willie Williams Stadium in Belle Meade, Texas.
Yeah, just not really sure what that last play call was for China Spring. Johnny Hammond was all over that receiver.
Yeah,
he was not open, but. So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Pirates. And here's the snap, and they're going to set up a little screen pass to Rowland. He's at the 40, at the 45, steps out of bounds at the La Vega 47-yard line. Picked up about 8 yards there on the quick hitter.
Hey, I was looking at the China Spring receiver. The China Spring DB as that screen began to materialize, and he's one-on-one with Rowland in the flat, and it looked like he was saying, "Oh my God, what did I get myself into?"
Scary place to be. Scary place to be. So the Pirates come out here. They have 4 receivers, 2 on each side. Parr looking pass, has time, has a man. It's going to be caught. That's Jabari Thornton. He's to the 35, to the 30. He's finally going to be brought down at the China Spring 28-yard line. Just Jabari Thornton getting open in the middle of the field.
Hey, I tell you what, you get this Parkhead some time in that backfield, he's dangerous, man. And when you got a receiver like Thornton out there, it could get real ugly on you.
So 1st and 10, Pirates once again, 4 receivers in the set. Nobody in the backfield with Parr. He's looking downfield, has a man, he's trying to connect.
It'll be a pass interference.
Yes.
Took a little time for that play to develop. But they gave the big props to the La Vega offensive line, giving Parr time back there in the backfield. Throws it in, and the receiver was trying to wait on the ball, and the DB said, "Hey, I'd rather play another down and give up this penalty than give up this 6."
And they had Bryson Rowland out in the receiver spot on that particular play, and they were trying to get the ball to him. But like you said, the defender just kind of made an executive decision and said, "I'm not going to give up this touchdown. I'll just take the flag." And they're marking us off against La Vega, Roy.
So we'll try to get some clarification on the call. So it's going to be, looks like a 2nd down.
Yeah, they actually.
And 10. Looks like they're playing this down.
So they're going to hand it out to Rowland. He's coming to his left. He's at the 20, the 15, inside the 10-yard line. And that's going to be a 1st down carry for Bryson Rowland. Picked up of about 16 yards on that run.
Right off the left side. Good block on that the wide receiver on the left-hand side. Great block, holding his block to allow Rowland to be able to get loose. Looks like we're going to have a timeout here on the field. And so we'll take a quick break with, I'm sorry, it's not a timeout. It's the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a break here. You are listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 FM.
Are you looking for something new and unforgettable in Waco? Come to the Blazing Asian, where authentic Cambodian flavors meet creative culinary flair. Voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin, we're serving up family recipes with a twist. Blazing Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are made in-house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
NSJ Event Co., one of the premier event designers in Central Texas and a Centex Sports Network supporter. Voted Waco Awards Event Planner of the Year 2021, NSJ Event Co. is your go-to source for event planning. Whether it's your next baby shower, birthday bash, wedding, or retirement party, NSJ Event Co. will bring out the elegance, class, and style your event deserves. Call NSJ Event Co. at the number on the screen or scan the QR code to schedule a free consultation. NSJ Event Co., where the party lady takes care of all your event needs.
So we are back here. The Vega Pirates. Beginning of the second quarter.
So the Pirates open up the second quarter. The ball is at the inside the China Spring 10. Courtney Parr back to pass, looking, has time. Now he's going to keep it on the ground. Picked up a maybe 3 yards there on the carry. Yeah, the pocket just kind of broke down, and Parr just took what was available there.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to pull it down. You know, that was first down. You still got 2 downs to score here, so no need to risk the ball. Ball control and protecting the ball is very important.
So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the China Springs 6-yard line. Roland is the running back there with Parr, and they're going to give it to Roland. Roland comes up the middle, squirts free, almost gets to the end zone. They're going to bring him down at the 1-yard line.
Roland, it's just a real easy play. Now, I thought that they had him. Saw a big pile of guys, and Roland came out from underneath the pile almost. So he's really strong. He's an undersized back. This kid is just really strong, man.
So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 2. Parr gets up under center. Quarterback sneak. Parr just trying to find some room there in the middle, and it's going to be a touchdown for La Vega. Parr gets in.
Yeah, real simple. Now, I want to really point this out, Cedric. A lot of times on goal line plays, you see quarterbacks get back in the shotgun, adding 3 yards to the line of scrimmage. La Vega puts the quarterback underneath center and just pushes against it. Not a whole lot of fancy stuff. I'm going to push hard against you, and we're going into the end zone. And I like to see that play call by Coach Hyde.
Yeah, he just got in behind Ethan Thompson and Xavier Gonzalez, and they just moved people out of the way.
It's just that it's still blocking and tackling. 10:47 left to go here in this second period. La Vega takes a 14-0 lead on China Spring. And as I said at the pregame show, China Springs line on either side of the ball is not what it used to be. I'm talking about just size. And when you're dealing in this 4A category of football, sometimes you got big lines, as we saw with Salina, as we saw with Stephenville, as we saw with West Orange Stark. But it's not always like that. In the past, China Spring has had a huge line. They don't have that today, and so far, La Vega's having their way on this line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and when you take the fact that you don't have a lot of size up front, plus you really don't have a lot of dynamic players at the skill position. Looks like it's going to be an uphill battle tonight for China Spring.
So La Vega getting ready to kick off, going from left to right now. 10:47 left to go here in this second period. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, whether you are watching the game on YouTube, Centex Sports TV, or you're listening on the 94.5 or on Infinity Sports 94.5 HD2. All of that coverage bringing you this great high school matchup. And it's going to be a penalty ball kicked out of bounds. And so they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line.
Yeah.
And but one of the things, all of you that are listening and watching, make sure that if you haven't done so already, folks, go to Centex Sports TV and subscribe, and make sure that you are tuning in every day, weekdays from 5 to 7, Centex Prime Time. Jalen Gillis there, man. I think he's got the best sports talk show.
They got to hit that bell, right?
They can hit the bell for the notification. That's right. Yeah. I think you got the best sports talk show. It's not a lot of old guys, but it's some young guns. I'm about at the edge of the, Cedric, I heard you on there. You're at the edge of the age limit, man. You're at the edge.
I would say, don't call me a young guy. Yeah. It's been a minute. So 1st and 10, and the ball's at the 30-yard line, and they're going to hand off to Gregory, and he doesn't have any room. Warren Richardson Jr.
loses
making a tackle in the backfield. Yeah, nice tackle there. Nice play by and Warren Richardson is one of the more saltier players on this La Vega defense. You know, when he hits you, it's with bad intentions every single time.
And a lot of this is the key is that the La Vega defensive line is getting a lot of penetration.
Yeah.
And so those plays that need to develop, they ain't developing.
So it's going to set up a 2nd and 12 for China Spring. They have a 4 receivers in the set. Battles is rolling to his left. He's going to give a quick pitch to Gregory. He is stood up by Gigante Thomas. And I don't know if they gained anything on that play.
Let me tell you something. The La Vega Pirate player on that one, I'm going to definitely want to see that on the replay, and I'm going to have to clip that one because that was a textbook tackle.
Yeah, that was Gigante Thomas just literally standing up that guy head on head, and great play there by Thomas, absolutely.
And in China Spring, if you're listening, you got to tell that running back, you got to run behind your pads, man.
Not the best carry by Gregory. So here we go with the 3rd and long play, and they're going to do just a little quick swing pass. It's going to Dean Hanna. He runs to the left side. He picks up about 5 yards on that play. So it's going to set up a 4th down. And let's see. I don't see the Cougars coming out in the punt formation.
Here they come.
Here they come. Yeah, here they come. I was going to say because you're a ways off from.
Yeah, and if I'm China Spring, I'm not doing anything silly here and try to start going for the ball in my own territory on the 32-yard line.
Right.
That would just be silly. And actually, I wouldn't be trying to punt a fake right here either.
No, this is definitely going to be a kick. So here's a punter, and the ball is in the air. Nice kick is fielded by Marquay Willis at the La Vega 25. He's at the 30. Gets to the 34-yard line before he's brought down by Dean Hanna on the punt coverage for China Spring. So this is where the Pirates are going to set up with their next offensive possession.
So it's going to be very important. This is a big possession for China Spring. They got to find a way to get off the field, get their defense off the field, because you let La Vega go up 21 points here and eat up this second quarter. You kind of really putting yourself behind the 8 ball, and China Spring receive the ball first. La Vega get the ball out of the half. So their defense, they need to come up with something right here. They hadn't had much success, but now would be the time for China Spring to kind of step up.
You're 100% accurate on that. So the Pirates here are coming out with 3 receivers. They're going to hand it off to Roland. He's coming to his right. He's going to be brought down. It's going to be a pickup of maybe 2 yards there on that carry. He was trying to run in behind Darian Robinson on that right side, and just not a whole lot of room there. So La Vega's going to come out 2nd and 8 at their own 36-yard line. They come out with 4 receivers, 3 to the left. Thornton by himself on the right. Roland is a lone back. Parr back to pass. Has time. He's looking. And it's like the ball can't like slipped out of his hand. It's
I think the defender hits his arm as he's trying to come forward with the ball. It's good that he had a forward motion because that could have been a fumble. And what you don't want to do as La Vega is give China anything. You don't want to give them anything because they haven't showed the ability to move the ball. So you don't want to move it for them.
So a big play here for the Pirates coming up with this 3rd and long situation. And let's see what they decide to do here with the play. They're going to have 3 receivers to the left. Thornton on his right, Roland in the backfield. They're going to play action to Roland, and they're going to do a quick hitch to Thornton. He makes the catch, makes a man miss. I think he's going to be close to the first down. He's about a yard short. No, they're moving the sticks. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. Hey. They're moving the sticks. Yeah.
That is a Linkage Credit Union first down. Great possession reception by Thornton. Knowing where the sticks were, he could see it better than we could.
Yeah.
Knowing where the sticks were, and that might have been his age.
Yeah. He knew exactly where he had to be to get that first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Big time play.
So the Pirates coming out here 1st and 10. The ball at their own 44-yard line. They have 3 receivers in the formation. They're gonna give it to fake it to Roland, and they try to hit Thornton in the middle. The ball kind of went through his hands there. It's going to be an incomplete pass. But Thornton was there. Thornton was there for the catch.
Yeah, you're throwing in the coverage there, though. You got a safety on top. You got a linebacker underneath. I mean, that's not the best decision that I've seen the young guy make today. You got a dynamic receiver. I don't want to necessarily throw him in the coverage. I want to throw him out of coverage, and so wasn't able to do it on that one.
But I think that shows the confidence that they have in Jabari Thornton. Even though, like I said, it was kind of a bracket coverage there. They're gonna take their shots with him.
Yeah, it looks like it. I get it.
So on the first down play, they're trying to get a screen pass to Rowland. It is intercepted and returned for a touchdown. That's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, China Spring, and Parr just kind of lofted that ball up. It was just way too much air.
Yeah, way too much air.
When you're throwing to the edge like that, way too much air. But that's going to be a touchdown for the Cougars, and that's their first score of the night.
As I said just a few minutes ago, you don't want to give them anything because they haven't showed the ability to do anything, move the ball. And credit to China Spring, they capitalized on that and put 6 points on the board. Now, that particular play, I know they're trying to get the ball to rolling, but the play before that, what they did the same play to the short side of the field. The ball didn't have to travel as far. That was thrown back across his body to the far side of the field, and the defender he one hand grabbed it.
Yeah, it was just way too much air on that pass. That ball was in the air way too long.
So I can tell you for sure Hyde is not happy with that one, because that's just a free 7 points that they gave to them.
Pretty much. So with 8:09 left to play in the first half, the score is La Vega 14, China Spring 7. And let's see how the Pirates respond after that giveaway.
Yeah, all you do is go back, run your game, run your game plan. Sometimes it's okay to take a sack. Sometimes it's okay to just get whatever yardage you can get. Sometimes it's okay to just throw it away. And the quarterback is a sophomore. I don't know if this kid is 15 or 16 years old. He's going to learn from that.
And that's one of the few mistakes we've seen Parr make
he's going to learn
this season. Yeah, because he's been very, very well poised. So, interesting to see how he responds here as La Vega is setting up to receive the kickoff here. And the ball is up. And it's going to be received by La Vega. They're going to call a fair catch. And they're going to start off at their own 25-yard line is where the officials are spotting the ball. So it'll be 1st and 10 for La Vega from their own 25. And very interesting to see what Coach Hyde calls. Do you go back to Parr? Do you give it to Rowland? What's the first down play here, Boy?
I think you don't change anything. Run the ball. There's 8:09 left to go here in this second period. All you got to do is go down and score. Take as much time off that clock as you can. And as I said, China Spring hadn't showed any signs thus far of being able to move the ball. But what you don't want to do is, in a district matchup, is to give the guy that's down confidence to think he can play with you.
Absolutely. So let's see what the first down call is here for Don Hyde and the Pirates. They come out with 3 receivers, and now they're going to send Rowland out in motion to make it twins on both sides. Parr back to pass. He's looking down the field. There's Thornton. He has to catch. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds at the China Spring 49-yard line. Nice little pitch and catch there to Jabari Thornton.
Yeah, a lot of air under that one, too. The China Spring free safety, number 1, he was not able to get over there in time. He was coming as the play materialized. I think that's Garrett Maddox. He saw the play materialize, and he just couldn't get there.
So 1st and 10, they're going to hand off to Rowland. Going to his right, he's at the 40-yard line, and he's going to have a pickup there about 13 yards.
It's going to be another Linkage Credit Union first down. And he makes that tackle. If he doesn't make that tackle, that's to the house. That was getting ready to be a house call.
Yeah, that was definitely a touchdown-saving tackle there.
And we got a hold penalty on against La Vega, so we're going to bring it back, and he's going to lose. They're going to lose 10. I saw that. It looked like a hole from up top.
I didn't necessarily see the actual hold on the play, but they're definitely marking this off. And they're going to penalize the Pirates here. And they're going to place this ball all the way back to the La Vega 42-yard line. So the Pirates come to the line. 3 receivers to the left. Thornton by himself on the right. Rolling a lone setback, and we're going to have a stoppage of play here. And let's see what the officials here are doing. They're not letting him snap the ball. I'm not really sure what the delay is here. Okay, and now they're going to just wind the clock. I'm not sure what that was about, Roy.
Yeah, 7:35 left to go. Vega with a 1st and 20.
So Thornton goes in motion. They're going to hand the ball to Roland. He's rolling to his left. Not a whole lot of room there. Looked like there may have been a hole. There was a hole there briefly, but the Cougars were able to close that thing off fairly quickly and limit Roland to a short game.
Yeah, so La Vega really using that wide side of the field. So, and the reason you do that is you want to take advantage of your speed advantage.
So the Pirates come out again, same formation. 4 receivers in the set, 3 to the right. They're going to play action to Thornton. Parr looking to pass, has a man downfield, and the pass goes just off the hands of Jabari Thornton. He threw it in a double coverage. Once again, we talk about the confidence they have in this guy.
And actually, the defender really face guarded on that one. It hits the defender in the back.
And we've seen
and that's going to bring a 3rd down, and we're still at 3rd and 17, 18.
Yeah. And we've seen Parr throw a couple of passes where he had a lot of air under it. If he'd have had more air under that one, that was a touchdown.
Yeah, and you know, he avoids the rush, avoids the sack, and is able to get the ball off. Great play.
So they're going to run a little screen pass here to Roland, and he's going to be breaks a tackle, I'm sorry. But there's just too many Cougars there.
And that defender is holding on to Roland's leg for dear life. And I don't blame him one bit.
And that was Zane Borland who was finally able to bring him down after a 6-yard pickup there. So it's going to be 4th and 11, and the Pirates are going to bring the punt team onto the field.
Yeah. Punt the ball. 6 minutes left. You still got time to hold China Spring to a 3 and out and then go back and score.
So Giovanni Escada is back to kick. The kick is up. Nice off of his foot, and it's going to bounce at the China Spring 15, where La Vega is going to actually down the ball there. So the Cougars are going to take up possession, 1st and 10 from the China Spring 15-yard line. And if you're the Pirates, Roy, this is where you definitely want to make sure you get a stop.
Yeah, they should play the same. Whatever defensive scheme they've been playing has been working. The defensive line for La Vega has been handling business and getting pressure on battle. And so, you know, let those guys do the work. Let them work.
So the Cougars come out on 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Gregory is the running back with Battles in the shotgun, and Battles is going to throw a quick screen pass, and that's caught by Christian Trevino, but he doesn't have a whole lot of room there. Very good stop there made by Gigante Thomas for the Pirates. It's going to be a pickup of about 3 yards.
Yeah. And I don't even think they got 3. It looks like they got back to the line of the game.
They just barely crossed the line now where they're spotting the football. Yeah, you're absolutely correct, Roy.
So it's going to be a holding against China Spring. So that's going to back them up half the distance to the goal. And so that's going to kind of put them behind the sticks quite a bit here.
Yeah, they placed the ball at the China Spring 9-yard line here. As the Cougars come out, 4 receivers in the set.
And it stops the clock.
So it's 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Battles rolling to the right. He's going to hand off to Gregory, and he is hit.
Woo.
I mean, he is hit hard. That was Degonte Thomas. Once again, nice tackle in the backfield.
Yep. Try to run a little draw play to try to catch La Vega rushing. And good assignment football. Linebacker comes up, makes a big hit. I said earlier, during that first quarter, if you're playing running back against La Vega, you better get behind your pads.
Definitely need to be running with a sense of purpose. So here we go, 2nd and long here for China Spring. Gregory is in the backfield with Battles. They send a receiver in motion. Hannah goes in motion. Battles looking to his right. He has a man downfield. Oh my goodness! Hit him right in the hands. That's gonna just be a drop pass. That was Jacoby Bledsoe. You can't get the ball to him any better than that.
So the Vega player had number 7 was slow to get up, and so it's going to bring up a 3rd down. 4:55 left. This clock is still stopped. China Spring didn't do anything to try to make that clock run or cause La Vega to use a timeout. And so see if La Vega can hold them here.
Yeah, the Cougars in a bad spot here. This is about 3rd and 20, isn't it?
3rd and 17.
Yeah, this is a very long 3rd down play here. So they send Gregory in motion. They're going to swing back to Gregory. He makes a catch, goes around the right side, and they're going to stop him. He's going to pick up.
Definitely. And what China Spring was doing there, 1, to try to make sure they can hit a play to make that clock run, and 2, try to get a punter a little room to be able to punt the ball.
And they did make some room there with the 7-yard pickup on the swing pass. So it's going to be 4th and 9, and the punt team is on the field. Marquay Willis is back to receive for La Vega. So let's see if he'll have a chance to get a decent return here on the kick. The punt is up, and he feels it. He lets it bounce. It bounces to 50. He gets a China Spring roll, and they're going to down it at the La Vega 38-yard line.
And the La Vega player should have fair caught that one. He knows that. He said it was his bad. He knows. He understands. And so it's going to give them a little worse field position than they could have had. However, with 3:58 left to go here in this first half, La Vega's getting the ball back. Now, make sure that at halftime, you could take about a 1-minute break at half, because we're going to be coming back to you with the halftime show live from the studio back at 94.5. Shaylin Gillis is on that halftime show, so make sure you tune in. He's going to have all the updates from around Central Texas.
So the Pirates take over here, 1st and 10. Ball is on the La Vega 38-yard line. Parr all by himself, back to pass, looking, finding a man, and it's going to be Jabari Thornton in the middle of the field. That's going to be a gain of 16 yards there.
So it's going to be another Linkage Credit Union 1st down.
Yes, sir.
The receiver, when your quarterback is rolling, as a receiver, you got to sit down or come back to where he is. And make yourself seen. Great play by the Texas State Bobcats commit, Jabari Thornton.
So there's a little deliberation here by the officials as to where they're going to actually spot this ball, and they're going to put it at the China Spring 46-yard line, right outside the 45. So the Pirates come out with 3 receivers, twins to the right, and they're going to hand off to Roland. Roland in the middle, trying to find some room. Makes a man miss, but he's going to be brought down. That's going to be about a 3-4 yard pickup there. Just a straight dive play there to Bryson Rowland.
Yeah, so 3:16 left to go. As they sort this out, the clock is not moving.
We've had a couple of stoppages in play here by the officials. I'm not sure what.
So the clock starts now.
Yeah.
It's going to be a third down and about 7.
So the Pirates come out, and then now here's a timeout. Timeout being called by La Vega.
So we're going to take a 1-minute break. Hey, man, we're going to come right back here in about 1 minute. You are listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5 and Infinity Sports Network.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans. We can talk about sports.
And Infinity Sports.
So we're back to the action here. 3 minutes to go in this first half. La Vega on the China Spring 42-yard line, trying to see Cedric if they can get in his end zone before this half is out.
And yeah, if you're the Pirates, you definitely want to be able to do that here. So they come out with multiple receivers, Parr back to pass, skips one, short hops it, trying to get the ball out to Marquez Willis there. Kind of short hops the pass there. And this is probably Parr's worst passing performance to date, right?
Well, I'm not going to go against the young man. Listen, he threw a pass earlier that he probably didn't want. He'd love to try to get back. I'm glad they one-hopped that one because the defender was stepping in front of the receiver.
So here's a punt by the Pirates. The Cougars put on a rush, but they get the kickoff. It hits at the 20, and it's going to be down by La Vega at the China Spring 18-yard line. And I'm not trying to be critical of the young man, Roy. I'm just saying, we've seen him play better this season. He's had better performances, and I'm not really sure what the deal is tonight. But, he's just kind of off his game tonight.
Well, I think, what you don't want to do is you don't want to turn the ball over. This is football, and, you go in quarters, and it's play after play. You got to put the old plays behind you, and you got to say, hey, this is the new play that's happening right here. And I think he'll be just fine. Just don't turn the ball over, and La Vega is going to be fine.
So with 2:49 left to go in the first half, China Spring comes out 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line. Battle is going to fake the pitch, and they're going to do a jet sweep, but end around. The ball is in the hands of Krishawn Gregory, and he's going to pick up maybe a yard. Very good defensive play right there. Broderick Scott coming up to make the stop. I think they're going to just mark it as a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, got to stay home. Keep your assignment. Don't always go with the flow as you're trying to chase the ball, but you got to hold your assignment. Good play call, actually, by China Spring. Trying to catch those guys because they've been rushing. They've been pinning their ears back coming after this quarterback. So
2nd and 9 here for the Cougars. And battle in the shotgun. He's going to look to pass. Has time. Now he's scrambling, rolling out to his right. Has a man downfield and almost picked off. That pass was very nearly intercepted.
Yeah, not a good decision by the China Spring quarterback. He had to get rid of it, but he could have just threw it away. Throwing in the double or triple coverage on your own 25-yard line is not the play that you really want to do, and so I'm sure they'll show him that on Monday in the film room.
Yeah, very, very, very dangerous play there.
You just throw it away. So we got penalty against La Vega. I didn't see the call.
I didn't.
But the result of it is a first down.
And they actually placed this ball all the way out to the China Spring 29-yard line. Not sure what that call was there, Roy, but definitely went against La Vega.
2 minutes left to go here. China Spring with the ball on their own 29-yard line, moving from right to left.
They have 3 receivers in the formation. They're going to send a man in motion. Battles rolling to his left. Has pressure. Now he's going to run to his right. Being chased by Jeremiah Jones. Puts the ball in the air and very nearly intercepted again. And now they're going to call La Vega for pass interference. I don't know about that one, Roy.
If that is the call, in fact, that's not a good call. The defender has a right to get to the ball, just like the receiver.
Yes, sir.
And that was just a toss-up. That was a toss-up. The La Vega defensive back breaks on the ball. He's coming up to make an interception.
Emil Gibson had a chance to make a pick on that play. And I just thought he was doing was trying to get into position to make a pick. So let's see what the officials.
Yeah, that's not a good call by the officiating crew.
Yeah, they're gonna call it pass interference. Wow.
So that'll give China Spring another first down. They move the ball up to their own 44-yard line with 1:50 left to go. And as I said, Cedric, it's games like this, you got to almost play mistake-free. China Spring hadn't put together 3 consecutive good plays this game, and you don't want to give them anything.
So the Cougars come out with 4 receivers, and then Battle is under pressure. He gets the ball off to Gregory in the flat.
At 785-9132.
For the Pirates with the little swing pass.
It's a good play. Good play. Going to their strength, which is battle, running and scrambling and trying to make something happen. 59 seconds left to go. Oh, I'm sorry, we got a timeout. So we're going to keep it right here. So a couple of questionable calls has allowed China Spring to be able to move this ball all the way down to the La Vega 48-yard line. Cedric, China Spring scratching and clawing, trying to find some way to get in the end zone.
Yeah, they're still in this ball game. It's only a one-score game, so they're definitely in this ball game. But it's just like you said, I don't think that they necessarily put together anything. Then, they've just been kind of the beneficiary of La Vega's mistakes. And so, obviously they want to try to get back into want to try to tie this ball game up here before halftime. So this is the purpose of the timeout here. It's going to be a 2nd and 2 when the Cougars come out here and take the ball at the La Vega 48-yard line as the Cougar offense comes back onto the field. And they're going to have 2 running backs in the backfield in the shotgun formation. Battles, receives a snap, hands it off, fakes the handoff to Gregory, keeps it, and he's going to get just enough for the first down there. Scrambling in the backfield, he had Warren Richardson Jr. was in the backfield. I thought maybe he could have caught him for a loss. Battles was able to elude him and pick up enough for the first down.
Yeah, he's able to get in position. They only needed 4 yards. He gets it. Looks like it's going to be another timeout here. China Spring, they're trying to piece together whatever they can piece together to find a way to get into this end zone. They understand, one, that they don't get the ball back after half.
And the clock is...
No, that's the timeout.
Oh, okay.
That's the timeout. Gotcha. And also want to make sure we remind everyone that at the half, we're going to go back to the studio for the halftime report. Jalen Gillis, the host of Centex Primetime, is there in the studio with all of the updates from around Central Texas. You definitely don't want to miss the halftime report coming here on 94.5.
So coming out of the full timeout here, the Cougars take the field. They're going to have 3 receivers, twins out to the left, Gregory in the backfield with Battles in the shotgun. They're going to send Hannah in motion. Battles rolling to his left, trying to look downfield. Has a man open. The pass is going to be caught. That's Caden Dumas who makes the reception, and it's going to be enough for a first down right there at the sticks.
So they're running the same play. Whatever the wide side of the field is, they're rolling out Battle and just saying, hey, we need you to do something. These guys are running 7-8 yard dig routes and just turning around. And 57 seconds left to go.
Cougars come out with 3 receivers on the right side, 1 to the left. Battles back to pass, looking, searching, still searching. Now he's rolling, and he just throws it away. Good play. Nobody was open there.
Yeah, and that's what, again, sometimes you just throw the ball away. Just throw it away. 45 seconds left to go here in this half. China Spring with the ball. It's going to be a 2nd and 10 from the La Vega 36-yard line. And La Vega, you don't want to give up anything over the top, and you don't want to give them an opportunity to get another PI and move the ball on a penalty.
Right.
Now, in your pregame, I think you mentioned the field goal kicker.
They do have a nice little kicker there.
Hey, I mean, right?
Josh Dickerson, he's a sophomore. They're right on the edge of his range. I think, they can pick up another 5 yards. Then, you're going to be in the range for Josh Dickerson. Absolutely.
Really? Okay.
So Battles takes a snap. He's hit as he's throwing the ball, and it's going to be incomplete. Antoine Good on the coverage. Battle took a shot there. That was Cade Balch coming in off the edge.
Yeah, La Vega. Hey, they've been sitting back in the zone. They bring a linebacker. he heated it up there in that backfield. They might want to do a run play right here because I don't know if Battle's ready to pass the ball.
He did take a big shot there.
He just got lit.
Yeah. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 here for China Spring. Definitely trying to get something going here for their offense. They're going to send Hannah out in motion to the right. Battle's rolling to the right. He's going to keep it.
Oh, it's a fumble.
He's stripped, and the ball's going to be recovered by La Vega. Battles was stripped, and the ball was recovered by Jeremiah Jones for the Pirates. The senior linebacker comes up with the fumble recovery. Big play there for La Vega.
Great defensive play by La Vega. The defensive line is getting penetration, but the key to that play, Cedric, was the linebacker. They wanted to get that ball out in the flat to the running back. The linebacker jams the running back, holds him right there. He's not able to get out into his route, and so Battle just pulls it down and tries to run and gets stripped. And hey, it's La Vega Pirate football. 34 seconds left to go. Do you take a knee? Do you throw a pass? What do you do here?
I think you take a shot because doesn't China Spring get the ball in the
No, La Vega gets it back, but China received that first the first kickoff, but okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think you still take a shot.
You say go downfield.
Yeah, take a shot.
All right.
And Parr's back to pass.
They listening to you.
Yeah, 4 receivers that go downfield. The pass is caught. That's going to be Jamarcus Daniel, and he gets the ball.
Clock stops with 26 seconds left to go.
Yeah, takes the ball out into China Spring territory.
So La Vega calls a timeout.
And they're going to put this ball at the China Spring 42-yard line. Yeah.
Big play right off the top. They moved the ball to the China Spring side. And you got 26 seconds left to go. La Vega still has 1 timeout remaining. So maybe you take another shot to the middle of the field before you have to definitely go to the sideline routes.
And the thing about La Vega is they have a couple of options here. They could very well just say, well, let's just hand the ball off to Roland and see if he can make something happen because we still have a timeout.
Still got a timeout. That it ain't a bad idea. So maybe they do something where they spread these guys out and get a ball rolling and say, hey, make the magic happen. Your 2 playmakers are Roland and Thornton. So however you do it, you want to get the ball into their hands.
definitely agree with that assessment. So as the Pirates come out of the timeout here, they're going to come out. They're going to have 5 receivers in the formation here. Trips to the right, Twins to the left, Parr in the backfield by himself in the shotgun. They're going to sing Thornton in motion. Parr drops back to pass, looking downfield, has a man open. It's Bryson Rowland.
He's got it.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Pirates.
To the house, 6 in the mix.
Bryson Rowland.
To Bryson Rowland.
42-yard pass from Courtney Parr to Bryson Rowland. Nice over-the-shoulder catch there. That was a beautiful throw.
It was. I think he heard you saying he was not on top of his game. I think he heard you. And
Courtney Parr, I got love for you, Courtney Parr. Don't listen to that. I got love, man.
He had to show you that I got the touch and the arm strength to get that ball. Big play. And so the turnover results in a 6 points or in 7 points the other direction. Rowland comes right out of the backfield. They've been bringing him, putting him on the line, putting him in the slot.
Yeah.
And just the speed, man. And he gets behind the defender, puts the defender in his hip pocket. Parr just floats it right over the top of the guy's head, and 6 points.
And you have to like what Vega is doing with these offensive formations. Like you say, this is like the 3rd or 4th time in this half we've seen Rowland playing out of the slot. And when you put him in the slot, he's already hard to keep up with. So there's nobody who can put press coverage on him. And this is what happens when you have Bryson Rowland in open field.
Well, they're making the adjustment based on the defensive package in front of them. If you run a nickel package, they're going to keep him in the backfield. If you put 3 and 4 linebackers on the field, they're going to spread him out and make your linebacker play defense. So, I mean, it's kind of tough on the defensive side. 20 seconds left to go. That touchdown only took 16 seconds.
So here's the kickoff for Vega. It's fielded.
Fumble. It's fumbled.
And the ball's still on the ground. Vega had a shot to recover that, but the Cougars did end up falling on it. That kick was muffed and actually rolled around on the ground for a little bit.
Hey, I tell you what, you let Vega get that back, the wheels are, And so 15 seconds left to go. China Spring hopefully will take a knee here. I can't see them doing anything other than going into victory formation.
Yeah, they're backed up. The ball is at their own 17-yard line, so I just can't see them doing anything other than taking a knee here.
So I imagine Beatty wants to get them on into the half, see what adjustments they can make.
So here's the play here on 1st and 10. And the Cougars have 2 running backs in the backfield. They're going to hand this ball off. And there's a little room there. Actually, nice little carry there. That was Gregory getting the ball out.
From Willie Williams Stadium, Vega up 21-7. And kind of started off a little tight. But both teams got a big play. Vega was they turned the ball over, ended up into a pick 6, which is China Spring's only score. And Vega causes China Spring to turn it over, and then they get a score from it.
Yeah, so they're basically, it's a wash in the turnover game right now, right? But, China Spring, I don't know. So here's the problem with China Spring. They don't do well coming from behind because of the way that they run their offense. We heard Coach Beatty say we need to have 12, 13, 14, 15 play drives. Now that the clock is your enemy.
Yeah.
So very interesting to see if China Spring can, because they're going to need a big play, maybe another takeaway, in order to make sure that they are in position to win this ball game tonight.
We're getting ready to go into our halftime report. We're going to kick it back over to the studio, see if Jalen is in there in the studio.
Yep. We got you guys, and you have brought us into a great game and what is going on over there at Willie Williams Stadium. 21-7 is the score for La Vega versus China Spring. It's been a great game so far, folks. We're going to break down this game here at the half. We're also going to talk about some of the other games going on around the Central Texas area, and definitely have to talk about Texas versus Georgia tomorrow at 6:30. Stay locked in and stay right here. You're listening to the halftime show for your La Vega Pirates and La Vega Pirate footballs here on 94.5 FM and Infinity Sports Radio. We'll be right back after this break.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all know.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans. We can talk about sports.
And Infinity Sports.
Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation. Does your corporate or church event need audio or video production? Don't stress. Call the guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced hundreds of live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254-252-4206. Or go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
Are you looking for something new and unforgettable in Waco? Come to the Blazing Asian, where authentic Cambodian flavors meet creative culinary flair. Voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin, we're serving up family recipes with a twist. Blazing Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are made in-house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
NSJ Event Co., one of the premier event designers in Central Texas and a Centex Sports Network supporter. Voted Waco Awards Event Planner of the Year 2021, NSJ Event Co. is your go-to source for event planning. Whether it's your next baby shower, birthday bash, wedding, or retirement party, NSJ Event Co. will bring out the elegance, class, and style your event deserves. Call NSJ Event Co. at the number on the screen or scan the QR code to schedule a free consultation. NSJ Event Co., where the party lady takes care of all your event needs.
The East Waco Empowerment Project, along with City Center Waco, is hosting WeBo, workshop and business opportunity to help create more entrepreneurs. Business owners like Aniceto Charles of True Jamaica Restaurant and Carla Dotson of Boardwalk on Elm attended WeBo to develop their business ideas into successful Black-owned businesses right in the heart of East Waco. WeBo can also help you turn your side hustle or business idea into the next thriving Black-owned business in our community. If you would like to attend this 10-week intense entrepreneurial workshop, go to WeBoWaco.org. That's WIBO Waco.org. Space.
It's the family feels for me. The banana pudding peach cobbler make you want to holler. For me, it's the candy yams, mac and cheese, beef tips, pork tips and rice, collard greens. It's a sweet potato pie, sweetie. Fried chicken you've been missing, the lemon sweet tea dressing on Sundays when you all dressed up. Chest pie, buttermilk, and pound cake. Cornbread with butter just dripping, always fresh baked. If you need Southern style, soul food, home cooked meals that you can feel. Chicken and dumplings, chicken pot pie, 719 South 11th Street. Sassy's, come on by.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into the halftime show here for your La Vega Pirates, as they are up right now on China Spring, 21-7 in what has been a great game so far out there at Willie Williams Stadium in Belmead. Want to thank everybody for tuning in with us and staying locked in here on the halftime show. I'm the host of the halftime show, Jalen Gillis, also the host of Centex Primetime that airs 5 to 7 p.m. weekdays right here on Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports Radio as well. Well, folks, it has been a back-and-forth game between these two teams. La Vega has come out, and they're making a statement here in this first half, up 21-7. So La Vega came out, and they struck first, able to score a touchdown. Bryson Rowland got into the end zone, and they were able to get up and take a 14-point lead on this China Spring team. Looked like La Vega was in full control of the game. Then about halfway through that second quarter, a pick six on a screen play that went bad turned into a pick six. China Spring was able to cut that lead down to 7 points. It was a 14-7 game. China Spring comes up with the stop, and they were marching down the field in those final 4 minutes of the first half. They were marching down the field trying to find a way to get into the end zone and tie this game up, and a fumble caused by that La Vega Pirate defense that's been playing great so far, haven't allowed any points on that side of the ball in this first half. They were able to force a turnover, and quickly the La Vega Pirates struck back and were able to take a 21-7 lead right before the half. That was huge. That fumble ended up changing the trajectory of this game, really. It could have been 14-14 coming in the half, and instead it's 21-7. That's a huge swing going towards La Vega's way. And I can't say enough about how their defense is playing right now. This defense has China Spring in a seatbelt, honestly. They haven't been able to do much. La Vega has been able to match them at every turn. They've created pressure, so Matthew Battles has not been able to hit his guys downfield, and they haven't let Matthew Battles kill him with their legs. This is a guy that's one of the leading rushers in Central Texas. This guy has over 600-700 yards already this season as a rusher. So they've been able to hold him in check. The running back has been playing great so far this year. This La Vega defense has held him in check. And on the La Vega offensive side of the ball, we know what Bryson Rowland does. He's special. He's a 4-year starter. This guy, we talk about him every single week here on the La Vega stream and at the halftime show and post-game show that I do. We talk about him every week. And this guy is a game changer. He is a game changer. He is the steadying force for this La Vega Pirate team. He's a 4-year letterman. He's been starting since he was a freshman. And you can tell his leadership when we talk to Sid Eigerhart, the guy you hear doing play-by-play week in and week out. I talked to him on my show, and he says that this is a guy that leads by example. He might not be just the loudest voice in the locker room, which we don't know that. We're not in the locker room. But we can see his leadership by example when they're on the field. This guy shows up and he does his job week in and week out. Bryson Rowland is a phenomenal guy, not only to have as a player, but as a leader for this team. The leadership he shows week in and week out is phenomenal. And he makes guys miss week in and week out. One of those touchdowns was on a 4th down, 4th and goal that should have been hit for a loss. He gets hit, keeps moving, keeps the legs going, ends up scoring a touchdown on it. Bryson Rowland is definitely still that guy for the La Vega Pirates. Now, for the last 3 to 4 or 5 years, I've had a chance to watch another team out here in Waco, the Conley Cadets, and I've got the chance to see some top-tier talent, honestly, when you think about guys like Kobe Black and the Jamarian Vincent kid who's playing right now. We'll talk about Robinson and Conley. They're in a battle. We'll talk about them in a little bit. But a lot of these guys have come out, both the black kids, Sibley, that was there, Sunday, McDonald, all these guys. I've seen what top-tier D1 talent looks like in the last 3 or 4 years. Jabari Thornton is that for this La Vega Pirates team. I'm glad he is starting to get those looks now. He's starting to get those offers. They're starting to roll in for him now. But, man, this guy is phenomenal. The athleticism jumps off the screen when you watch him. If you haven't got a chance to watch him, man, go over to Centex Sports Network on YouTube and check out this second half if you're not listening on the radio on 94.5 FM or on Infinity Sports Radio, Central Texas. Man, go over to YouTube and watch this kid. He's electric with the ball in his hands. He is a supreme athlete, and you can tell. He looks different when he's out there than some of the other guys that are out there. He looks like a guy that is a top-tier D1 talent, which he is, and I'm glad that he's starting to get the looks. At the quarterback spot, this young kid, Courtney Parr, who is a sophomore, we've seen get better week in and week out. Every single week, he's been getting better since he's been taking over the quarterback spot and the time he was splitting time with the Hernandez kid, who's also a good quarterback. This Courtney Parr kid is only going to get better from here, and he already shows a lot of poise in the pocket. He shows the arm talent. I mean, this is a kid we're going to have to keep our eye on. For these next few years, he is a guy that could elevate this La Vega program back to championship status. Not only this year, but for the next few years going forward. I mean, the sky's the limit for this kid. To see him already, his footwork in the pocket, how he maneuvers in the pocket, how he's not scared to make the throw even while getting hit. He's missed some throws here. That pick six, he'll want that one back. But he's a young kid, and they came out and made up for it. He led the drive that got them to score right there at the end of the half after throwing that pick six. So he's already showing poise. He's already showing that, hey, forget the play that I just made, the mistake I just made. We're going to come back out here, and we're going to score. You see that from a sophomore kid. He's got the size. He's got the measurables. He's got the arm. Man, get ready to start seeing more and more and more of this kid week in and week out on your social medias. We're going to start hearing about him more and more. We're going to start seeing the offers start coming in. I'm just telling y'all now, I've seen it already, and this guy is next up to be that Courtney Parr, the quarterback for the La Vega Pirates. So La Vega up 21-7. Been a great game. They're going to have to close it out, though, in the second half. China Spring is not going to lay down and just accept the loss. Yeah, China Spring is on a down year this year. They still got kids over there, and they still got talent. So they're not just going to accept the loss here. They're going to come back out and try to tie this game up in the second half, honestly. This is a team they're very familiar with in the La Vega Pirates. This is a coach they're very familiar with, and Coach Don Hyde, one of the best coaches in Central Texas. They're going to come back out, and they're going to try to get this lead back, and they're going to try to make this a game. So La Vega's got to be steady when they come out in the second half to be able to close it out. Folks, as always, thank everybody for listening with me in this halftime show. I'm going to do some scores from around the Central Texas area. A lot of good games going on. District play for a lot of people, so that always elevates the expectations of how guys need to play in these games as they go forward in the district. Temple and Killeen right now in the battle, or Temple with the big lead in this game over Killeen, 34-2 at Leo Buckley Stadium. Anybody that's been watching Central Texas football for a long time, I'm sure you've been to Leo Buckley Stadium. I know I've been probably 100 times out there in Killeen. Lake Belton and Leander. Lake Belton up 14-8 over Leander right now at Bible Stadium. University taking on Belton at halftime. University with a 3-point lead. University, another one of these good teams in this greater Waco area / Central Texas area. Excited to see what they're going to do moving forward in this year. A lot of talent on that team. Everybody knows about the 5-star London Smith. They got a receiver. They got some other dogs out there as well for that University Trojans team. They're up 3 points on Belton at halftime. Ellison up 13-0 on Waco High at halftime. Glen Rose up 28-6 on Hillsboro in 4A Division II. Robinson and the Conley Cadets. Now, this is a game that I've been very interested in all week long. Conley, one of the top teams in this District 12 and 4A Division II that La Vega's in. District 12, I've been saying for a while, I think is the district to watch, the premier district to watch in football, not just for La Vega, but also they've got Robinson, who's ranked number 6 in the state. They've got Conley, who's got great athletes out there. They got Lorena, they got China Spring, Gatesville, and that great running back that they have out there. This district is full of talent, and it is a joy to watch week in and week out. Robinson and Conley in a battle right now at halftime. Robinson up 14-10. Robinson's got one of the leading rushers in the state in Marino, a guy that is one of the leading rushers in Central Texas. And the Marino kid, he's been playing phenomenal all year long. Conley has got a 2-headed rushing attack with Jamarian Vincent out there at quarterback, who just rushed for 3 touchdowns on his China Spring team. Braden Ford, the running back who came in and replaced Kiefer Sibley, who's now playing at the University of North Texas. Braden Ford came in and replaced him, and he's been playing great. This is a 2-headed rushing attack they got out there at Conley. Shout out Coach Garrick and what they've been doing at that Conley program. They're in a tight battle, though, 14-10, Robinson and Conley. Lorena taking on Gatesville. Lorena up 15-7. This is what at halftime. This is what makes this District 12 so interesting and so fun to watch. Lorena has been a team that everybody kind of put towards the bottom of that conference, and they're up on the Gatesville team. That's good. We just watched La Vega play this Gatesville team last week. We know how dangerous their running back is at Gatesville and what they've been able to do so far this year. And Lorena right now with the lead over Gatesville, 15-7 at Gatesville. So that's a good game. I'll be checking in on that one as well. Western Mejia tied to 0 at the end of the first quarter. Maypearl and Whitney. Maypearl with a 6-point lead over Whitney, 6-0 in the first quarter. Grandview and Groesbeck. Groesbeck, another one of these teams I like to keep my eye on in the Central Texas area, along with Whitney. Both of them have some great athletes out there. Grandview up 14-7 on Groesbeck right now in the second quarter. Fairfield with a big lead over Huntington, 49-0. Teague and Crockett. Teague with the big lead, 36-6 at halftime over Crockett. At the end of the first quarter, the Yeomen up on Troy. Cameron Yo taking on Troy. They're up 10-7 going into that second quarter. Rockdale and McGregor. Rockdale with the 28-21 lead right before half over McGregor. Clifton and Early tied at 13 at halftime. Hamilton and Bollinger. Hamilton up 21-7 at half. Axtell and Italy. Axtell with a 7-point lead over Italy at halftime. Bosqueville taking on Rio Vista right before half. 21-14 lead for Rio Vista in that game. Itasca and Valley Mills. Valley Mills up 34-21 on one of their rivals at halftime. Crawford and Riesel, another rivalry game. Riesel up 13-7 on Crawford at halftime. Marlin taking on Bruceville Eddy. They're up 21-0 right before the half. Rosebud taking on Moody. Rosebud with the big lead, 30-0 right before they go into halftime. At half, Mart and Hubbard. Mart is up big right now, 69-0 on Hubbard. I mean, you would think that those scores are wrong if it wasn't Mart. Mart is a team that does this year in and year out. One of the better teams in Central Texas for years. One of the most historic programs in high school football, in Texas high school football of all time. And those Mart Panthers, shout out to them and what they've been doing. Bremond up 44-19 on Goldwaith at halftime. Wortham and Meridian. Wortham up 38-7 at half. Chilton and Frost. Frost with a 14-6 lead over Chilton at halftime. Bishop Riker loses the game to Sacred Heart 41-21. Fort Worth Mercy, Culture, and Live Oak. Live Oak with a 17-0 lead in the third quarter. Walnut Springs and Covington. Covington with a 38-30 lead at halftime. Abbott and Coolidge. Abbott with the big lead, 46-0 at half. Golson and Aquila, a rivalry game. Aquila up 36-0 at half. Bluffdale and Iredale. Iredale with a 51-30 lead in the second quarter. And we have Midland Trinity and Vanguard. Halftime. Midland Trinity up 60-40 in that game. So like I said, folks, as always, lots of good games going on around the Central Texas area. A lot of good games going on. We're going to take a short break, folks. And when we come back, I'll talk a little bit about this Texas and Georgia game tomorrow, and we'll get you guys ready to start this second half. Get it back over to Roy and Cedric over there. We're going to take a short break. We're going to come right back. You're watching the La Vega Pirate Halftime Show here on Centex Sports Network. You're listening on 94.5 FM, also on Infinity Sports Radio, Central Texas. We'll be right back.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans. We can talk about sports.
And Infinity Sports.
Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation. Does your corporate or church event need audio or video production? Don't stress. Call the guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced hundreds of live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254-252-4206. Or go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
What's going on, everybody? Getting ready to wrap up the halftime show here on 94.5 FM for the La Vega Pirate halftime show. La Vega up 21-7 on China Spring. We're getting ready to take you back over to Willie Williams Stadium in just a minute. I got a couple minutes left here in the halftime show. I want to talk about this Texas versus Georgia game tomorrow. Before I do that, got to shout out the WNBA, man. They got a great game going on right now in the WNBA finals. For those of you that do enjoy watching the W, I definitely have enjoyed watching the WNBA for a few years now. And this Minnesota Lynx team and the New York Liberty. This has been a great series to watch. Super good series to watch. Sabrina Ionescu hit some game-winning shots a couple days ago, and right now they are in a battle in the third quarter, 64-63 right now. That's been a great game. I've been trying to catch it over there. I got it on another screen here in the studio. Watch some of that when I can, when I'm not watching this La Vega and China Spring game. But tomorrow, folks, is going to be a great game. I know plenty of listeners on here are fans of the University of Texas, the Texas Longhorns, and what they've got going on. They're number one in the nation. First year in the SEC, and they're dominating the SEC. I mean, it's not too often you would see that. A lot of people thought Texas would struggle getting into the SEC. Texas has not only joined the SEC, they're the number one team. And they've got a chance to assert their dominance this weekend as they take on the Georgia Bulldogs, the team that was ranked number one in the nation before Texas took that spot from them. Last year, they got a chance to play Alabama, and they were able to come out with the win in that game at Tuscaloosa. This time they're playing Georgia, and it's at home in Austin. So definitely stay off 35 tomorrow morning. If y'all aren't aware, you got to hear it right here. Georgia and Texas are going to be playing tomorrow. If you try to go anywhere near 35 South as you get into Austin, it's going to be pretty ridiculous as far as the traffic. Y'all know what that's like when the Longhorns play, but this is going to be a big one tomorrow at 6:30. They've got the Georgia Bulldogs. Like we said, folks, I got a chance to talk about it on my show, Centex Primetime, weekdays 5 to 7 on YouTube, Centex Sports Network, and on Infinity Sports Radio. And we've been breaking down this game all week. This is going to be a great one. Texas hasn't been tested like this. They have not been tested like this. Georgia is a completely different animal than what they've played so far. Yeah, they played Oklahoma and they just blew them out. Yeah, they blew out Michigan. Both of those good teams. Neither one of those teams are the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia's got something to prove, especially coming in after losing to Alabama a couple weeks ago. They're trying to prove that they're still the cream of the crop in the SEC. And they definitely don't want to give up that title to somebody that just came in the SEC, the Texas Longhorns. But I think that's what's going to happen. I got Texas winning this game. I like Texas in this game. But I do know that this is going to be the toughest matchup they've had all year. Kirby Smart is no slouch as a coach. Steve Sarkisian is probably the best play caller in college football right now. If not the best, he's one of the best. But he's going to have his hands full. How's Quinn Ewers going to look? Quinn Ewers started a little slow last week against Oklahoma, even though they ended up blowing him out. How's Quinn Ewers going to look? He's coming back off that injury. The Central Texas product, Trey Wisner, starting at running back, had over 100 yards in the Red River rivalry last week. How is he going to look against this Georgia team? I know what he's capable of. I've been getting a chance to watch him since he was a freshman in high school over there at Conley before he ended up leaving and going off to DeSoto. So that is going to be a great game, folks. Cannot wait to see that one. Texas Longhorns versus the Georgia Bulldogs. That game is at 6:30. I will definitely be ready to tune into that game. Folks, so we're getting ready to wrap up the halftime show here. I want to thank everybody for staying in and listening with me here at the La Vega Pirate halftime show. We're about to give it back over to Willie Williams Stadium out there with Roy and Said. Fellas, can you guys hear me out there?
We got you loud and clear, sir. Loud and clear. Great halftime show. Great halftime show. Hey, thank everybody for tuning back in here at Willie Williams Stadium. Cedric and I are still here holding it down in Belle Meade, Texas. Cedric, kind of a up and down kind of thing in that first half.
Yeah, we haven't seen China Spring put together anything offensively. You know, they had to pick 6, and that's their only score of the game. And I think what we're going to see in the second half, you know, China Spring definitely wants to get something going. But this La Vega defense, they played lights out so far.
Yeah, La Vega, you know, they had that one big play, kind of a errant pass thrown by Parr, and, you know, I'm sure he wanted that one back. But other than that, they had a play here or there, you know, a little 10-yard pickup, 13-yard pickup. But for the most part, La Vega's defense has been playing lights out, which shows by the score, 21-7. And I'm looking for La Vega maybe this half to kind of lean in on that run game. Yeah,
you want to see more carries for Bryson Rowland. You know, he didn't have a whole lot of touches in the first half, even though it sounds crazy to say because he got both touchdowns. But you would like to see maybe a little bit more of just handing the ball off straightforward to Bryson Rowland and letting him do what he does, because what that's going to also help you eat the clock, and that's going to get you to a W quicker. A whole lot of touches in the first half, even though it sounds crazy to say because he got both touchdowns. But you would like to see maybe a little bit more of just handing the ball off straightforward to Bryson Rowland and letting him do what he does, because what that's going to also help you eat the clock, and that's going to get you to a W quicker than anything.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to a great second half here. China Spring, I'm sure, has got some adjustments that they're trying to make also. And I know that they're not trying to lay down in this game. And they're going to come back out. Coach Betty, I'm sure, has made some kind of adjustments there at the half.
Yeah, and when you talked about, you heard Jalen talk about at the halftime show how Matthew Battles is one of the leading rushers in the Central Texas area, the quarterback here for China Spring. And the La Vega defense, they've been able to negate his athleticism. He just hasn't had a whole lot of room to do anything. He is 8 of 14 in a passing game, but it's only 50 yards, so it's just this check down Charlie type stuff. But yeah, this La Vega defense, they've been flying around to the football all night. You know, just in this first half alone, we know Caden Rowland, Amir Gibson, Antoine Good, Warren Richardson Jr., Gigante Thomas, Jeremiah Jones, they're just snuffing this China Spring offense right now.
All right. So we're getting ready to kick off here. And China Spring kicks a pop-up.
And it's going to be fair caught by La Vega at the La Vega 43-yard line. Was that a planned squib kick, or did it just kind of come off his foot funny?
Not sure what that was. But I don't know. It worked out good for La Vega. I mean, they're going to start at the 43-yard line. So let's see if we get a good dose of number 0. I'm just thinking it's going to be a 0 half.
So the Pirates come out with 3 receivers in the set, Rowland and Kennedy in the backfield. They're going to hand this ball off. It's going to be Kennedy coming to the left side, and he's going to have enough for the first down.
Yeah. So that's the first. You got a China Spring player getting up slow. Free safety number 1.
That's Garrett Maddox. He is on his feet. It looks like he's going to stay in the game. They're going to, they're going to go ahead and sub him. No, he's staying in the game, so he's okay. So they're going to call it 2nd and 1 for La Vega. Hand off to Roland going to the right side, and he's going to definitely pick up the first down. That's a 8-yard carry on the right side, running behind Big Ethan Thompson.
And the acceleration, that's another Linkage Credit Union first down, by the way. The acceleration of Roland to go from 0 to like 100. Did you see how fast he went from just waiting to I'm 8 yards up the field now?
Yeah, he definitely knows how to put it into that extra gear. And they're going to hand off to him going to the left side this time. I'm sorry, that's going to be Kennedy again with the handoff. The Pirates have started this half off by putting both Kennedy and Roland in the backfield, and they're just kind of alternating carries at this particular point. That's going to be a 4-yard pickup by Kennedy.
So we are 10:43 left to go here in this third period. The Vega is on the move.
Yeah, they come out, same formation. Once again, both those guys in the backfield in the shotgun set. 3 receivers in the set. It's going to be James the Great out here by himself to the left. They're going to hand this ball off. This is going to be Kennedy again. Not a whole lot there. Man at the line of scrimmage there. That charge was led by Dylan McAdams for China Spring. He's actually going to be dropped for a loss on that play. So it's going to set up a 3rd and 9 for La Vega. And they bring in Dalen Pulling comes into the game for Kennedy. And they're going to go with 3 receivers here. Roland, the lone setback. Parr and shotgun, takes a snap, drops back to pass, looking, has a man to his right. That pass is caught by Pulling, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Nice little, it was just an out route.
Yeah, good play call. I hadn't seen that play all night. And good play call by La Vega, and they're on the move. That's another Linkage Credit Union first down.
So the Pirates come out to the line again. 3 receivers, Thornton by himself on the left, Twins to the right, Roland in the backfield, and they're going to play action to Roland, looking for Thornton, and it's caught in the left flat. He breaks a tackle. He's still on his feet. He's at 10 to 5. Touchdown, Jabari Thornton.
Now, that was just a simple curl when he comes back around, and China Spring defensive back misses that tackle, and then it's on from there. Now, who you see do that in college a lot is Travis Hunter. It's just a curl. But when he comes back around, you got to put hands on him and get him on the ground, or you're going to have a problem, and that's what just happened.
That's right. That's exactly what happened. But yeah, but once again, we see the athleticism, and we talk about the dynamic skill players that La Vega has. That's just an example there with the latest from Jabari Thornton.
So the Texas State commit catches a 8-yard pass and turns it into a 25-yard pass and takes it to the house. And so with 9:13 left to go here in this third period, La Vega kind of goes out and takes command of this game, Cedric.
And it's we talked in the pregame about the way that China Spring approaches their offense. It's hard for them to play from behind, and so now they just find themselves in a bigger hole because they don't have a home run hitter. They don't have a guy who's a 80-yard touchdown waiting to happen. They are more methodical. They are more plotting in their approach. So very curious to see what they do. This is definitely a position where if they're going to be in a position to win this game, they have to have a scoring drive right here.
Yeah, it's big. 28-7. La Vega getting ready to kick the ball off, moving from right to left. We're at about 75, 70 degrees out here, feeling real nice outside today.
So here's the kick, and it's fielded. It's muffed again. It's the second muff, but China Spring gets on the ball, and they're going to fall on it at their own 13-yard line. This is the second time we've seen them mishandle a kick on in the return game.
Now, And this is a La Vega Pirate broadcast. Let everybody know. Okay, say, hey, well, you guys are kind of. This is a La Vega Pirate broadcast. And then let me also just say, right now is a pivotal time for La Vega too, because La Vega really needs to put their foot on them. And I'm looking at the China Springs sideline. There's not a lot of confidence blooming up over there. La Vega needs to take care of business here. They got them backed up. Let's see if this defense could stand up and make this a 3-and-out.
Absolutely. And so the Cougars come out 1st and 10. 3 receivers in the set. Battles is going to roll to his left, and he's going to pitch it out to Gregory. Gregory is stacked up. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage there. Very good play there. This La Vega defense flying to the football, Roy.
Yeah, and anytime if you're running an option, Cedric, the key is whoever's playing that tackle position has got to keep their block, and you got to use speed out there. If you slow getting out of the blocks, the option ain't the play for you.
Yeah, and that's just another good play by Gigante Thomas coming up from that secondary.
They need to go and watch some old Jamil Holloway highlights from the 80s.
So it's 2nd down and long, and Battle's looking to pass, and that pass is broken up, almost intercepted. Yeah, almost intercepted, and that was Marquay Willis out there. I'm sorry, that was Amir Gibson out there at the corner, and they're very lucky that wasn't going the other way.
Yeah. So China Spring, 8:23 left to go in this third, so it's going to be a 3rd down and long for China Spring, and I'm curious to see if La Vega's going to dial up. They've been running a linebacker on a stunt coming in and heating up that backfield. I'm curious to see if they'll do that again, or if they just sit back in the zone.
Yeah, and this seems like a perfect time to dial up a blitz from Caden Rowland. This is what we've been seeing here. So let's see what this 3rd and long is going to bring up as China Spring breaks the huddle. Battles back to pass, rolling to his right, has a man in a flat, just kind of dumps it off to Dean Hanna. Definitely not enough for the 1st down, but they do pick up about 8 on that play. So let's see. Obviously, this needs to be punt team, right?
Yeah, and that seemed like I saw.
They actually gave him enough yardage for the 1st down. They're moving the sticks, Roy.
I didn't see that, but I saw Coach getting on 7. Really, he was in position. He didn't fire on the ball, and lets China Spring get a 1st down here.
So 1st and 10 for the Cougars. They're going to hand this off to Gregory up the middle, has room, and he's going to pick up about 7 yards on
10.
the carry. Wow. So back-to-back 1st down plays here for the Cougars, and this is what they need to do if they're going to make sure that they're in position to win this game tonight.
Yeah, but I think La Vega can make that adjustment right here and see if they can keep them on this side of the field.
So 1st and 10 with the Cougars, 3 receivers. The play action to Gregory. Battles is going to keep it, and he's going to get forward. It's going to be about a 5-yard pickup there on the quarterback keep for China Spring. Is going to set up a 2nd and 5 here for the Cougars. So they come out no huddle, but looking to the sideline for the play call here. Doesn't seem to be a lot of sense of urgency.
Well, at this point, China Spring has just got to run their game plan. I wouldn't change much as far as game plan is concerned.
So Battles is going to hand it off to Gregory going to his left. He's going to be stopped after a 1-yard pickup. Very nice tackle there made by Cade Balch for the Pirates. And there's just not the Cougars can't get to the edge. The Pirates' speed on defense is kind of showing.
Yeah, but I'm thinking we got about a 3rd and 6 to go. A 3rd and 6 to go. But I'm thinking this might be 2-down territory if I'm China Spring. I don't know.
Ball is at the China Spring 40-yard line.
Yeah.
They come out with 4 receivers. Battles in the shotgun.
Let's see if they put 23 in motion again. What they've been doing is to offset the blitz coming from the strong side. They've been putting the receiver in motion on that side, so the linebacker has to pick him up.
So no motion this time for Dean Hanna. Straight handoff to Gregory, and he is dropped in the backfield for a loss. That was J.C. Wiley all over that tackle.
So I think they're going to give him forward progress. But China Spring is going to punt here.
Yeah, when you lose that kind of yardage on the play, and it was already questionable if it was 4-down territory.
Yeah, I thought if they picked up 3 and it went to a 4th and 3, I'm thinking that they go for it. But
yeah, but when you lose yardage and you're already on the other side of the 50, you're gonna have to punt this ball. And this punt is fair caught by Marquay Willis at the La Vega 30-yard line. And that's where the Pirates are going to set up 1st and 10 with this next offensive possession here.
So you are listening to La Vega Pirate Football here on 94.5. Also broadcasting on 94.5 HD Infinity Sports Network. And you can also, if you want to see the video part of this, you can go to Centex Sports TV. And as a matter of fact, when you go to Centex Sports TV, go ahead and follow it, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Some of the best sports content in Central Texas is coming out every day, weekdays from 5 to 7.
So the Pirates come out here 1st and 10. Roland is the lone setback in the shotgun. And it's going to be a keeper. Parr is trying to get around the left side. Actually, that's Javen Hernandez in the game at quarterback.
Yeah, giving them some snaps here. You got a 21-point lead.
So Hernandez on the keeper picks up about a yard.
And actually, Hernandez, he's a better runner. Mm-hmm. And La Vega wants to put the ball on the ground and work on that clock. That's what you do here. You work on the clock. 4:50 and counting in the 3rd quarter.
So they come out with the 3 receiver set. Bryson Rowland in the backfield. They're going to bring Jamarcus Daniel in motion. Hand it off to Bryson going to the right side. He's engaged, and he's going to be dropped there after about a 2-yard pickup there. Very nice solo tackle. Yeah, you don't see the first guy tackle Bryson Rowland that often.
Well, he did bring him down, but it was a little fight there for about 3 yards laterally, or horizontally, I should say. He wasn't going forward, but he was trying to get his hands on him. Rowland's hard to grab, man. He's just a little fireball out there.
Yeah, he's extremely elusive, that's for sure. And so it's going to set up a 3rd and 7 for La Vega, and Hernandez fakes the handoff, throws the pass, and it goes through the hands of Jabari Thornton. A little bit high, but it's going to be an incomplete pass, and so the Pirates are going to be bringing out the punt team here on 4th down.
Yeah, so I don't like to see the clock stopping, but I understand they had to kind of pass the ball to try to get this 1st down. So 3:53 left to go here in the 3rd. I'd like to see La Vega keep that running game going. And if you're going to punt, let's punt 35 seconds later.
So the kick is up, and it's going to...
really takes a La Vega bounce.
Yeah, it hits at the 30, and La Vega finally downs it. They're going to put this at the China Spring 20-yard line.
Great punt. Great punt, took a La Vega bounce. And so 3:42 left to go here. China Spring getting ready to take over the ball. They got a couple of 1st downs back-to-back in that last series, Cedric.
Yeah, it was probably the best thing that they've done all night in terms of offensively. I don't know how you keep that going because the Vega defense they have so much speed on the edges, so it's hard to turn corners. So I guess maybe you just have to just keep attacking the middle if you're trying to sprint.
Yeah, and that's the other piece. What they've taken away from them is the A gaps and those trying to get to the edge. They took that away from China and said, hey, you're gonna have to pass the ball.
So the Cougars come out, 4 receivers in the set. Battles rolling to his left. He's under pressure. He's hit. He's sacked. That's going to be a tackle for a loss there. brought down by Jeremiah Jones.
That defensive end on the right side is getting a lot of penetration upfield. And you got the quarterback, right-handed quarterback, rolling out to the left. So at some point, he's going to have to stop, slow down, and be able to throw back across body. And La Vega's moving at a much faster pace.
Yeah, J.C. Wiley also in there on that sack of Matthew Battles, and it puts China Spring in a second and long. It's about a second and 17.
Yeah.
So the Cougars break the huddle, and Battles is going to keep it. He's running up the middle. There's a little room there. Picked up about 6 yards there before he was finally brought down by a host of Pirates led by Marquay Willis. And that was just a simple quarterback draw, bro.
Yeah. You know, you draw it up here. He waited. You pause a second. I think he was slow getting up.
Yeah, we got coaches on the field here from China Spring, and they are approaching. Yeah, they're approaching Matthew Battles, and they're talking to him. So he may come out at least for a play here. Let's just kind of see how this plays out.
Yeah, well, they kind of swarmed him, and he stopped that forward motion, and you let the defender get leverage on you. He's gonna pick you up. You go in the air, and now you got a problem. So, kids, if you're watching this game, stay behind your pads. Stay behind your pads. You know, when you start standing up, you can get yourself hurt. We're gonna take a quick break. Let's take a break. Let's take a break in the action. 2:38 left to go here in the third period. You'll be listening to La Vega Pirate Football on 94.5.
Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation.
It's 785-9132.
Don't stress. Call the guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced hundreds of live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254-252-4206. Or go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
Are you looking for something new and unforgettable in Waco? Come to the Blazing Asian, where authentic Cambodian flavors meet creative culinary flair. Voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin, we're serving up family recipes with a twist. Blazing Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are made in-house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
Yeah. We are back to the action here at Willie Williams Stadium. China Spring quarterback walks off under his own power battles, so they've got a new quarterback in the game.
Yeah, this is the junior Ryan Hale in at quarterback right now, and he does a straight dive to the running back Gregory, and he's stacked up 4 or 5 Pirates there. J.C. Wiley leading the charge there. Broderick Scott also there. Warren Richardson Jr. That's going to be another tackle for a loss for the Pirate defense, and they played well this half.
Yeah, and so they're going to get off the field. The defense is going to get off the field. You had one La Vega player slow to get up, and but it looks like he's 33. He's up on his feet now, and you know, La Vega's just taking command of this game, folks. La Vega's they're just a better team. And China Spring is doing all that they can do, but they lack the size and the speed.
So the punt is almost blocked by Warren Richardson Jr., but Marquay Willis lets it hit the ground and chooses not to field it, and it's going to be down by the Cougars at the La Vega 42-yard line. I'm sorry. No, they're actually going to mark it at the La Vega. That's going to be a 36-yard line is where they're going to put the ball. I saw the referee walking. I thought he was going to spot the ball there. But
yeah, so 1:30 left to go here in this third period. La Vega full control of this one. And La Looked like they're coming back with
Courtney Parr is back at quarterback.
Back at quarterback.
And they're also coming with the 3-receiver, 2 running back set out of shotgun. Kennedy and Rowland both back there with Parr. This is a handoff they fake the handoff to Kennedy. Parr keeps it still on his feet. He's going to pick up maybe a couple of yards on the forward progress on the quarterback keep by Courtney Parr.
So keeps the ball on the ground, keeps that clock moving, got another minute and 8 seconds left to go in this third period. Folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're still here in the third quarter. Vega's in full control of this thing. We're going to try to get some scores from around the Central Texas. If the studio can send us some scores.
And so on his second down play, they're going to give to Rowland. He's running to his right. He has room. He's able to make the corner, and it's going to be a first down for the Pirates. Rowland run out of bounds at the La Vega 47-yard line. And that was just Rowland using his speed to get to the edge.
Yeah. You don't want to take any risk here. Hey, run the ball. We got a penalty on that one.
Yeah, there's a flag on the play here.
It's like
they're backing him
holding.
up. Yeah.
It's like holding on it. It's going to back him up behind the sticks.
Yeah. And that's gonna bring up a second and long situation for the Pirates after Rowland had enough for the first down there.
Yeah, just keep running. Don't change anything. Keep it moving, and it's only second down.
Still have the 2 backs in there. They fake the handoff. Parr looking to pass. Has Thornton deep running down the field.
Oh, good play by the DB.
That was Jacoby Bledsoe able to get a hand on that ball. If he didn't get that hand out there, that was going to be a touchdown pass.
That was he's about to ring him up on that one. Great play by the defender. The ball did kind of hang, but you needed a hang play there. You needed to put some air on to let them run under it. The DB showed some good speed on that one too.
So La Vega making substitutions. They take Thornton out. They come back with Marcus Jackson. And Rowland is the lone running back. They come out in a bunch formation here for this third and long play. Jackson goes in motion. Parr fakes the handoff to Rowland, looking downfield, has a man in the middle, but he checks down and just overthrows Bryson Rowland in the left flat here, and that's going to bring up a fourth down for the Vega.
Yeah, and it's going to be a punt situation, and it's no problem. Punt the ball. Let your defense do its thing. Again, I was impressed by that defender, 18 from China Spring. You said that's Bledsoe?
Yeah, that's Jacoby Bledsoe.
He showed some speed there. Is he a wide receiver also?
He is.
They should have been throwing the ball to Bledsoe this game.
So La Vega is going to be punting here on fourth down. And the kick is up. Not the best punt, but it does take a La Vega bounce, and they're going to let it roll and down it
39
at the China Spring 39-yard line.
Yeah, but I hadn't seen him call his name.
Yeah, I was told not to do any coaching, so I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna coach any?
No, I don't coach.
Okay, well I'm coaching a little bit tonight. China Spring, get the ball to number 18. He shows that he's got some speed. He was playing against the best, maybe one of the best athletes in Central Texas just then.
And it looks like Matthew Battles is not coming back out for this.
It looked like, of course, we could only speculate. We don't have any information from the China Spring sideline. Looked like a possible concussion. Right. That's what it looked like.
So is Ryan held again, and he's going to fake the handoff and take off up the middle, pick up of a couple of yards there before he was brought down by Broderick Scott for La Vega.
And I believe that's going to probably, unless they hurry up here, that's probably going to take us to the fourth quarter. So as we wrap up this third, La Vega up 28-7. We're going to kick it back to the studio and let them pay a few bills. But you are listening and watching La Vega Pirate football on Centex Sports Network and on 94.5 FM. We'll be right back.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best. The hottest sports show in the evening is Centex Primetime, hosted by Jalen Gillis.
Act like y'all.
Weekdays 5 to 7. This is the Central Texas #1 leader in sports. Centex Sports Network.
That's right, sports fans. We can talk about sports.
And Infinity Sports.
Are you looking for something new and unforgettable in Waco? Come to the Blazing Asian, where authentic Cambodian flavors meet creative culinary flair. Voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin, we're serving up family recipes with a twist. Blazing Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are made in-house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
So we are back to the action here. Just had first play. Quarterback does a around the end run, keeper for China Spring.
Yeah, that's Ryan Hale. And once again, Matthew Battles is not back out here, and it looked like it may be a concussion situation. I don't think you're going to see him back into this game as we're into this last quarter here.
It's going to bring up a third down.
So it's 3rd and 7 for the Cougars. They come out with the 4-receiver set. Gregory is the lone running back. They bring Hannah in motion. The flip to Gregory, trying to get the edge. There is nothing there. Nothing there at all. Dropped by Dedante Thomas and Jeremiah Jones.
He loses about 6 yards on that particular play, so it's going to bring up a 4th down. And while they're getting ready to probably punt the ball here, just a couple of scores that we got from the studio. University up on Belton in the 4th, 28-25. An eyebrow raiser here. Robinson up on Connolly in the 3rd, 28-17. Well, they go for it here.
And they run the quarterback keeper to Hale, and he just puts his head down and goes forward. He did lose the ball at the end, but they were saying he was already down by contacts. So he does push the ball out to the 45-yard line, but it's not enough for a first down. And so Vega will take over
on
possession
downs
of the ball. Yeah.
So that's surprising to see Robinson up on Connolly. And we know Connolly's been on the road, but Robinson, big time story. We got to get the coach of Robinson on the show. Big time story. That's a big turnaround there in Robinson, Texas, because they've been. It's been rough out in Robinson. Yeah. It's been rough off of. Is that 70? Is that 7 or 77? That's 77 that goes.
Yeah.
It's been rough off of that road, old Robinson Road. It's been rough out there, but they've had a big time turnaround. And Lorena up on Gatesville, 15-13 in the 4th.
Which is surprising because we know what Gatesville can do with that running game. So.
Yeah. And big run.
So the Pirates come out on 1st and 10. This is going to be a quarterback keeper by Javen Hernandez. He picks up about 20 yards here, just right up the middle there. Quarterback keep.
Yeah. You got a lot of subs moving around. I'm sure China Springs probably trying to get some guys some reps, and that's what you want to see. We want to see them run the ball. You don't want anybody hurt here.
Right. So the Pirates come out 1st and 10. Another keeper by Hernandez runs over a defender, gets out to the 15-yard line.
And the one he ran over is still on the ground.
He's still on the ground, just now getting up. That was a young man, Javante Claiborne. He just basically trucked him. And it's going to be enough for a first down. So La Vega moving the chains once again as they come out with Javen Hernandez. Raekwon Kennedy is your running back. And now you're just seeing some guys get some reps here. Hernandez, play action pass, flips it out to Thornton, and Thornton is able to scramble into the end zone. That's going to be a La Vega Pirate touchdown.
Set up by the quarterback runs. So when your quarterback is knocking off 8, 9, and 10 yards, you got to respect it even though you got a receiver in the flat. So pick your poison. He came up, the China Spring defender came up to make the tackle, just threw it right over top of his head to Thornton.
Yeah. And like you say, when Hernandez ripped off those 2 big runs, you have to respect the quarterback keep. And they just faked that one and they just threw it over the defender's head. And then Thornton just kind of took it and just, ran it into the end zone.
Yeah.
Made it look easy.
And so La Vega is on the roll here, and 35-7 here. 9:44 left to go in the fourth period. And we're going to try to keep up with those scores to see. I'm real curious to see what that Robinson-Connolly is going to look like. That's a big game with a lot of district implications on it. Of course, Robinson was ranked higher than Connolly, but Connolly's been on the roll there with Jam at quarterback, and I can't remember the running back's name now, but they got a great running back. And
they have a couple of great running backs actually over at Connolly. And
the Evans kid is, I think, their leading receiver. Cyrus Everson's son is the leading receiver out there at Connolly. So it's been a surprising year for Connolly with this success. So we'll see. We'll keep up with that score and see if they're able to come back on Robinson.
And this district, Roy, we've said this. There are no easy outs here. Every week is going to be you're gonna have to bring your lunch pail every week on Friday nights in this District 12 4A Division II.
Yeah, it's tough in this district.
So La Vega kicks off, and it's gonna be fair card. And it's gonna be at the China Spring 11-yard line. And to be honest with you, Roy, I'm really kind of surprised to see La Vega dominating like this. Not that La Vega isn't talented or anything, but with we would have kind of expected a little bit more parity. But we saw La Vega come out here last week, beat Gatesville by 3 scores, and here they are doing the same thing tonight.
Well, Cedric, I'm going to say that I am not surprised by this. When I was asked about what I thought about this game, I said La Vega's going to probably beat the brakes off of China Springs. This is a La Vega Pirate broadcast. So if you're listening and you're a China Spring fan, I'm not trying to disparage or anything that they're doing in China Spring, but just La Vega looks like the better team. They've been playing like the better team, and that's what transpired here on the field thus far tonight.
And they've been so dominant tonight. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and they're just getting to the depth of their roster. They're just running up, getting guys some reps right now. So the Cougars take the field, 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line, and they come out with 3 receivers, 2 running backs in the shotgun formation. Hale gets the snap, and he gives the ball. He fakes the handoff, and he keeps it. And he's going to pick up about 70 yards on the carry there, right up the middle.
Good play.
Nice little run by Ryan Hill. And at this point, Roy, I think maybe China Spring and La Vega are on the same page. Let's just run this clock and get up out of here.
Yeah, they throwing in the junior quarterback. You never know what place he's in as far as command of the playbook, and sometimes you got to kind of keep it simple to make sure that you don't embarrass yourself out here. And so,
and then they come out 4 receivers, and then Hale keeps it, runs right up the middle, big hole, and he's gonna score, untouched.
Yep. Great play. All the plays are the same. He's just dropping back almost as if he's going to pass, and he's taking off.
Yeah, he's just making a read, hitting the hole.
Yeah, he went right through the B gap on that right side, and really was, like you said, he was really untouched. Showed some speed. Once he got up to speed, he was moving.
Yeah. So all you Ryan Hale fans, he had a little motor to him.
And you play for pride. I mean, you don't just accept anything. The Vega's in full command of this game, 35-14, and I'm sure that Coach Hyde is trying to let some guys get some reps. But you got to tackle.
And the 8 kid from China Spring, Hale, he's not a small kid.
No, he's got a little size to him. And then we saw there on that keeper got a little straight line speed.
Yeah, so you got to get him on the ground. So with 8:53 left to go here in this fourth and final period, China Spring goes from the 15-yard line, I think 15 or 20, 80 yards for a score. That is the first offensive score of the game for China Spring. And I imagine for this next 8:53, if they get the ball back, you're going to see some more hell.
Yeah, I don't know if they knew going into this game that Ryan Hale was going to be able to do this type of stuff, because it was the injury to Matthew Battles, and just like we heard, Matthew Battles is one of the leading rushers in the area. But good to see, if you're a China Spring fan, good to know that you got to do in Ryan Hale as well.
Yeah, so you got the kickoff coming.
So another little squib kick is mishandled by Vega. The ball's on the ground. And who's going to come up with that? Did China Spring fall on
No, I think Vega comes up with it.
Yeah, the kick was mishandled. It came off the hands of Raekwon Kennedy, and it actually was on the ground for a little bit. But yeah, the Pirates do come up with possession, and they're going to have 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line.
The spin on the ball, it just looked strange. Mm-hmm. Good kick by the kicker. I mean, that was.
Yeah, it wasn't so much a squib kick.
No, it wasn't a squib kick.
It was very high and spinning. The rotation on the ball made it hard to catch. Yeah, that was a great kick.
But they're gonna have to learn how to put the quarterback on the ground, because I think Hernandez is going to be taking off some more on here.
And they spread the defense out, and Hernandez keeps the ball. He's just going to flip it out. The ball was caught and then fumbled.
And that's going to keep the ball moving. And I see what... anything really right now with 8:31 left to go that's in the air, you just give China Spring a chance.
Yeah, that was a little flip out the Daylon pulling. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised like you are.
They haven't showed the ability to be able to stop the run.
Right. So here's the second down play, and Hernandez is trying to keep it. He's going to be dropped for a loss. Tackle there made in the backfield. That was Cash Flores for China Spring, dropping Hernandez for a loss, and that's going to set up a third.
Super long.
Yeah.
And so
even with it being a third and long, this is a third and 17, 18, even with it being that long, still run the ball?
If I throw the ball here, it's going to be a very safe pass. It would be, if it's going to be in the flats, it'd be to the short side of the field. They're going to run it.
Yeah, and they just straight handoff right up the middle, dive play. That's going to be Raekwon Kennedy picking up about 70 yards there in the middle of the field. Yeah, good call.
Yeah, good call. 7:14 left to go, and the clock is running. And that's just what you want to see. You want to get out of here without injuries. The China Springs already lost their quarterback tonight. And, both coaches want to say, hey, let's get through it. Let's suit up for next week.
Yeah, and the Pirates not even bothered to bringing the punt team on right now. Even though we're looking at a 4th and 8. They're going to run a play here and just run some more clock off, right?
Yeah, I'm getting a message from the studio. Robinson up 42-23 on Connolly with a couple of minutes left to go in the game. So it looks like Robinson is going to come out with the victory out there at Connolly. And, Robinson is showing that they're just not a fluke team. Like, they're going to have to be dealt with.
Yeah, I think if I had to just make a prediction right now, two best teams in this district, La Vega and Robinson. That's what it looks like right now.
And that tees up for next Friday night. Next Friday night is going to be we're going to be in Robinson, Texas, and for a matchup between the traditional powerhouse La Vega and the up-and-coming team, the up-and-comers out there, the Robinson Rockets. So definitely look out for us. We're going to try to see if we can get the Robinson coach on this week at some point. And I know, Cedric, you usually in the studio on Thursdays, Centex Prime Time, and y'all talk a little bit about high school football, and somehow y'all drift off to the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys, seems like every time. But you're supposed to be on to talk about high school football.
We start with high school.
but yeah, definitely that's going to be a big matchup next week.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. So La Vega does bring the punt team out, and it's a fair count by Morgan Hensley, and that's going to be at the China Spring 34-yard line, and this is where they're going to start the next possession. 6:25 left to play in this game. La Vega in complete control here.
So China Spring coming back out. 6:25 left to go here in this fourth period. China Spring coming back, and they've got Ryan Hale still under quarterback. He's in the shotgun. They got player in motion, two receivers off to the right. He's rolling to his right. He's looking deep, stops, and was it picked off? It is a pitch for interception.
Yeah.
That is La Vega with the interception.
That's Warren Richardson Jr. coming up with the pick for the Pirates.
And so La Vega, China Spring was trying to throw a little extra wrinkle in there, and they roll Hale off to the right side, and La Vega tells Hale, no. Not today.
Yeah, and the pass was low, and I wasn't sure if Richardson was able to get his hands underneath it, but the official is saying, yeah, definitely.
It looked good. Looked good from here.
Yeah.
And
so the Pirates are going to take over 1st and 10, and they're at the China Spring 34-yard line, straight handoff, and it's going to be Kennedy. He's wrapped up after he picks up about 4 yards in the middle of the field there. Just a straight halfback dive there, and the Pirates are just going to work on this clock.
Yeah, 6:03 left to go here. La Vega with the ball, Parr. Another handoff. Not much there. It gets back to looks like he gets back to the line of gain, and but that clock is moving. 5:44 left to go here in this fourth period. And make sure you stay tuned right at the end. We will have a post-game wrap-up as we'll kick it back to the studio. Jalen Gillis will be there for the post-game wrap-up. And we still got to announce player of the game. And we'll be announcing that here in a few minutes.
So Parr back to pass, has a man open.
Right through his hands.
Yeah, wasn't able to just bring that in. That would have been a touchdown. Just kind of carried off the hands of Quay Willis there. And I know you didn't necessarily say this earlier, but you kind of made it seem like I was hating on Courtney Parr. So I'm going to tell you, the player of the game today is Courtney Parr. 10 of 19.
He's still at it.
And he got him. It is. Wow, what a play. What a play.
Do we have a penalty on the field?
I think they are. They're gonna call it back. Yeah, we can't. Yeah, there's the flag on the field. I was about to name him player of the game, and he trying to put another touchdown on the board there.
I tell you what, I'm trying to.
But yeah, there is laundry on the field. Let's see what the officials call here. It's going to be against La Vega.
And Coach Hyde is not.
Coach Hyde is not happy. No.
He is hot.
So they're going to call illegal lineman downfield there. I didn't necessarily see that. And the boos are coming down here in Williams Stadium on that call.
The fans ain't liking that one. And, that's I didn't see it. It should be an easy call for the lineman judge. It should be an easy call for him. If the player, if he drifts out too far, then that is the call.
So 4th and 10 here for La Vega. Offense still on the field. Power back to pass. Being chased. Being hit. Has a man downfield. It's Jabari Thornton.
He didn't come up with it.
And he did not make the catch. Just kind of wasn't able to bring that thing in as he was going to the ground there. So that's going to be a turnover on downs.
And Parr's slow getting up on this one.
But he's coming off the field under his own power. He looks like he's going to be okay.
Yeah, I think he kind of fell on the ball. Yeah. I think he kind of fell on the ball. I think he's just fine. Hey, it's 5:12 left to go here. And let's just see. I don't know. Maybe there's another player of the game. We still got some time left to go. Somebody may show out. I know Thornton's got some pretty good stats in this particular game, but quarterback is always a key position, folks.
So China Springs takes over 1st and 10. Ryan Hale back to pass.
Oh, that's going to be a penalty. I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Marquay Willis just engaged the receiver. He got there before the ball did.
Yeah, and he made no play on the ball.
Yeah.
He just went over there and knocked the receiver down.
So that's going to be an easy pass interference call there against La Vega.
Yeah. Pass interference.
Yeah.
That's we got 5:07 left to go here. That's an unnecessary penalty. And I'm sure Coach Hyde is going to talk to him about that. That's unnecessary. The ball was really over the guy's head.
Yeah, it wasn't even a catchable pass.
It wasn't a catchable pass.
Yeah.
And it's no reason for that. I know there's some frustration going on out here.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for China Spring. Come out with 4 receivers in the set. They're going to fake the handoff, and then Hale's going to keep it, go right up the middle, and he's going to pick up about 4 or 5 yards on that carry.
And I don't know, after that last 60-yard run by Hale, he would have been doing the same play. I don't really,
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's what he got 60 on the ground.
So the Cougars come out here, 2nd down. Gregory is in the backfield with Hale. Hale back to pass. It's a blitz, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. Man, Cade Balch came through there like he was shot out of a cannon for the Vega defense.
Big time loss there. I mean, he loses about 15 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd
and
a mile.
That's just this La Vega defense with the speed on the edge.
Yeah. Good defense. Good defensive play. Didn't give him a chance to kind of get set to do that quarterback keeper. They were just all over him as soon as the ball snapped.
So 3rd and forever here for the Cougars. They come out with 4 receivers. Hale rolling to his right, looking downfield. He's just going to try to dump it offshore. I think that's going to be a catch there. Yeah, they're going to say he called it in bounds.
Yeah. So it's going to be...
that's just a little dump off to Dean Hanna is not a whole lot of yards there.
So it's going to be a 4th down. Let's see if China's going for it.
So the Cougars, they don't huddle, but they come to the line. Once again, 4 receivers in the formation. They have 3 receivers to the left. Gregory is in the backfield with Ryan Hale at quarterback. And it's every bit of 4th and 17 here. So Gregory goes in motion. Hale gets the ball. He's looking downfield, and he's going to be sacked.
And that's going to be a turnover on downs. La Vega is going to take over here with 3:33 left to go in the final period. There used to be, when I was growing up, a Monday Night Football guy named Dandy Don Meredith. And he was saying, turn off the lights. The party's over. And I think that's what this is.
That sack by Jeremiah Jones there for La Vega, that pretty much puts the nail in the coffin here tonight for the China Spring Cougars.
So let's talk about that player of the game.
Yeah, so our player of the game is sponsored by MR Professional Heating and Cooling Services, where you get professional services at affordable prices. And tonight's player of the game is going to be sophomore quarterback Courtney Parr. 13 for 21, 2 touchdown passes tonight.
And one call back.
One
call back.
Yeah.
And so definitely I've been talking about this kid to a lot of people around the city, showing a lot of poise in the pocket. Of course, he's got some things that he can work on, but he's a sophomore. Mm-hmm. So Coach Hyde has got him a quarterback for at least the next 2 years after this one. And he's done an incredible job.
Yeah, and I think you said it earlier. He has good size. He has all the measurables. So he's already a physical specimen. He just has to work on a certain just kind of refine his game a little bit.
And Hernandez keeps it, goes off the right side, picks up another Linkage Credit Union first down. And while I'm there, I want to thank all of our sponsors. Pickens Bail Bonds, who sponsors our pregame show, and we want to thank him for being a part of the broadcast. We want to thank Linkage Credit Union being our first down sponsor. We want to thank our player of the game sponsor, and give us that player of the game sponsor again.
MR Professional Heating and Cooling Services.
MR Professional Heating and Cooling Services. You're going to need some heating services here pretty soon because it looks like the temperature's changing. We want to thank Lighthouse Streaming and Audio for their sponsorship. And we just want to make sure that everybody knows that these sponsors that are out there, use those guys. If you need some HVAC work, give those guys a call and give them an opportunity to get your business. They're investing in student athleticism. And if you want to do the same, reach out to us on 94.5.
So second down.
A little fumble there.
Yeah, Hernandez mishandled the snap, and he's going to be dropped for a loss here. And that's going to be a loss of about 5 yards. It's going to back him up. It's going to be a 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 11.
I'd like to see a 5 or 10 yard play here and bring that field goal kicker in. I'd like to see the field goal kicker get a chance.
And they would probably need about 8 yards to get into Giovanni Escada's range if they're going to, do the field goal.
This is the perfect time to try it. 2 minutes and 16 seconds left to go. So I want to make sure you know that after the game is over, we're going to be going back to the studio for the post-game wrap-up there at 94.5, 254 Podcast Studios. And so make sure you stay tuned in to get all the latest scores for this evening.
So here's the 3rd and 11 play, and they're just going to hand it off to Raekwon Kennedy, and he's going to be close to a first down there.
I think he got another Linkage Credit Union first down. Yeah.
And yep, they're moving the sticks. Yep. Good 12-yard run there by Raekwon Kennedy. Just a tough running up the middle there. He just refused to go down.
So 140 and counting here in this final period. It's another first down, and I don't think that China Spring is going to be stopping the clock. And La Vega's trying to let this one run on down. They may try to get in for one more score.
Yeah, the Pirates, they're going to run the ball here, and if you get in, you get in, but you're not really worried about scoring. You just want to run the clock out. So another handoff to Kennedy up the middle, and he's going to be stacked up after about a 1 yard gain there. And then you see the Pirates, not trying to get to line of scrimmage in a hurry or anything like that. But good performance tonight by this La Vega defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is a game that La Vega was supposed to win, and it's a game that I thought that they should win decisively, and it's a game that I didn't think that they should let China Spring get any hope in this game, and they didn't. They checked all of those boxes. They came out and did what they were supposed to do. Of course, La Vega is who we thought they were, and it tees up a big matchup on next Friday night in Robertson, Texas.
So 2nd and 9 here, and Javen Hernandez just takes a knee, and we're going to call this one a game, Roy.
Yeah. So that's going to be the end of it. La Vega comes out on top, 35-14 against, I want to say, I guess I can kind of say an arch rival. They are rivals. And China Spring is down a little bit this year, but they won't stay down. As always, they find ways to come back, and I'm sure they'll do just that. I want to thank all of our sponsors for being a part of our broadcast. Cedric, you got any final words?
Yeah, just the second week in a row, we've seen La Vega win 35-14. 70 points in district play so far. This is a very explosive offense, and the defense is probably not talked about enough because these guys have a lot of speed on defense. We saw them coming off the edge relentlessly tonight. You got to give this defense some credit because this is a tough district. 14 points, back-to-back weeks.
Yep. Another big-time win. Again, want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're not signing off, but we're just handing off. We're just handing off to the studio. This has been Leroy Gillis and Cedric Eigelhart here at Willie Williams Stadium on this La Vega Pirate broadcast. But we're getting ready to go to the studio at 94.5 in the 254 podcast studios. Jalen, are you there?
Yep, I am there, and it has been a great game to watch. Once again, another victory for the La Vega Pirates. La Vega able to come out with the win once again in this game, 35-14. As Cedric just alluded to, they have outscored opponents 70-28 so far to start off district play. La Vega is on a roll. Folks, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll talk about this La Vega game. We'll talk about the other games around Waco that are going on, and some have ended already. And we'll end it getting you ready for a little bit of college football tomorrow. So stay tuned and stay locked in. You're listening to the post-game show for La Vega Pirate football here on 94.5 FM and Affinity Sports Radio Central Texas. We'll be right back.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. Catch all your in-depth sports analysis with the best.
NSJ Event Co., one of the premier event designers in Central Texas and a Centex Sports Network supporter, voted Waco Awards Event Planner of the Year 2021. NSJ Event Co. is your go-to source for event planning. Whether it's your next baby shower, birthday bash, wedding, or retirement party, NSJ Event Co. will bring out the elegance, class, and style your event deserves. Call NSJ Event Co. at the number on the screen or scan the QR code to schedule a free consultation. NSJ Event Co., where the party lady takes care of all your event needs.
Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency and your go-to source for all things audio and video. Is your church long overdue for audio and video upgrades? Call Lighthouse Streaming for a free consultation. Does your corporate or church event need audio or video production? Don't stress. Call the guys at Lighthouse Streaming. In business since 2017, Lighthouse Streaming has produced hundreds of live events and completed dozens of church and venue installations. Whatever your AV needs are, Lighthouse Streaming has you covered. Give them a call at 254-252-4206. That's 254-252-4206. Or go to lighthousestreaming.com and set up your free consultation.
Are you looking for something new and unforgettable in Waco? Come to the Blazing Asian, where authentic Cambodian flavors meet creative culinary flair. Voted People's Choice as Waco's #1 Asian restaurant since 2019 by both the Wacoan Magazine and the Waco Tribune Herald. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin, we're serving up family recipes with a twist. Blazing Asian egg rolls are rolled fresh daily, and their sauces or marinades are made in-house with love. Stop by today. Located inside the popular Union Hall on 8th and Franklin. And for Baylor students, enjoy 10% off with your student ID.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Cavazos. The new leader in sports in Central Texas is Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the post-game show here for La Vega Pirates football here on 94.5 FM, Infinity Sports Radio, Central Texas, and also on Centex Sports Network. I am your host, Jalen Gillis. As we get ready to wrap up the night, folks, and it has been a good one. Another great night of football in District 12, 4A Division II, as the La Vega Pirates come out with the win, 35-14 against the China Spring Cougars. 2 weeks in a row, 35-14 to win. They've outscored opponents 70-28 so far in district play, and another just great game for La Vega. Started out the game leading with a 14-0 lead. Their defense had kept kept China Spring in check the entire first half. A late pick six halfway through that second quarter gave China Spring their first score of the game. And Conley was able to come back out right before the half and score once again as they stopped China Spring from scoring off of a fumble. That could have tied it up at 14-14. They went into the half 21-7 instead. And from there on, La Vega just took over, weren't able to be stopped. Bryson Rowland scored the first couple touchdowns for La Vega. As always, the senior shows his leadership on the field, setting the example, getting out there, setting the tone for his football team and for his teammates. Jabari Thornton looks like a stud. For those of you that got a chance to listen at halftime, I talked about this Jabari Thornton kid. Definitely somebody that jumps off the screen at you when you watch him, or if you get a chance to watch in person. His athleticism stands out above the crowd. He is for sure D1 talent, and I'm so glad that he is getting those offers and those looks now, because this is a guy that definitely can be playing football on Saturdays. His older brother's up there at Texas State, and this guy is special as well. And he showed it tonight. Out there on the field. Had a touchdown that got called back at the end of there where he mossed a guy in the end zone. But, man, this dude he's a special player. And then the quarterback, the young gun, Courtney Parr, throws for over 200 yards in this game. Gets the player of the game from the crew out there at Willie Williams Stadium. They elected him player of the game. This kid is only going to get better. Courtney Parr is only going to get better. He's still young. He's a sophomore, and he's already dynamic. His footwork already pops out to you. You can tell that he puts in the work. He puts in the time. He's got an arm. He's got the size. He's got the measurables. This kid is going to be scary going forward these next few years, like I said at a halftime show. Not only for this year and the state title chances that he gives them, but going forward, La Vega is going to be a problem as long as that kid is the quarterback. La Vega is going to have to be dealt with because of what Courtney Parr brings to them at the quarterback position. He has potential to be special. He already looks good right now as a sophomore, and he's only going to get better from here. Super excited to see him. This La Vega defense, those of you that's been watching La Vega football for years like I have, you know that defense is always a calling card, especially in this last just about decade since Coach Hyde has been the head coach of this football team. Defense is always a priority. Their defense has gotten better and better every week. A lot of people wanted to write this La Vega team off. They watched them the first few weeks, losing some games, but they were playing great teams. They were playing teams that are ranked in the state in divisions higher than them. That's why they dropped some of those games. But they brought all that experience now to district play. And we've seen how this defense has looked so far in district play, only allowing 28 points in 2 games. And they get the real deal test next week in the Robertson Rockets. That is going to be a great game. Know we talked about this game a lot leading up to it, but we have a lot to talk about going into this game next week as Robinson was able to get a win over Conley. We'll talk about them in a minute. Robinson was able to get a win over Conley tonight. Robinson, the number 6 team in the state in 4A Division II. This is going to be a battle next week. This is going to be a battle, and I cannot wait, folks. Obviously, you'll be able to catch all the action right here on 94.5 FM, Infinity Sports Radio, Central Texas, and on Centex Sports Network on YouTube if you want to be able to watch this, watch that game as well. That is going to be a great game. Cannot wait to see that game. That could potentially be for the district title in District 12. We don't know how everything's going to shake out yet. La Vega still got to play Conley after that. Still got to play Lorena as well. But that game could very well be for the district title in District 12 4A Division II, which I think is the premier district here in Central Texas. Great games week in and week out like this one we saw tonight. Great matchups week in and week out. And we'll talk about some of those matchups that we got a chance to see, not only in that district, but from some other games around the Central Texas area. So final score in that La Vega game, 35-14. Once again, shout out Coach Hyde and shout out to that squad out there taking care of business against China Spring. Temple comes out with the win 48-9 over Killeen, the Leo Buckley Stadium. Lake Belton gets back in the win column, 29-15 lead, or they're looking to get back in the win column. They've got a lead in the fourth quarter, 29-15 over Leander. University picks up another win, a tough one, a grinded out game in district play as they took on Belton. They come out with the win 35-25 in that game. Ellison, 40-0 lead on Waco High late in the fourth quarter. Hillsboro and Glen Rose. Glen Rose gets a big win, 56-6 over Hillsboro. Robinson and Conley, and this is a game we were just talking about. Robinson comes out with the win, 42-29. Both of these teams super talented. This Conley team super talented. They've got studs over there. Jamari and Vincent, one of the more highly recruited players in this greater Waco / Centex area. But Robinson, they got some dogs over there, and everybody wanted to see, was this for real? Now, they're ranked number 6 in the state, so we should know that already. They beat a Glen Rose team that was ranked in the state earlier in the year. They start off district now 2-0 after beating a tough Conley team at Conley as well. This Robinson team is going to match up with La Vega next week. That for sure is going to be our game of the week and one of the better games going on in the state of Texas in high school football as well. Also in District 12, Lorena and Gatesville. This is a game that came all the way down to the wire. Lorena pulls this one out, 21-19. You can't count anybody out in this district. That's why we talk about it so much here on the post-game show, the halftime show, the pregame show. We talk about this District 12 so much because there are no nights off in this district. Lorena was somebody that was projected to be one of the teams towards the bottom of this district. They get a win over a good Gatesville team. We just saw La Vega play this Gatesville team last week. Saw some of the studs they got out there at Gatesville. Lorena pulls out a win, 21-19. As a final score, Lorena gets it on the road as well. Had to play that game in Gatesville. West and Mahia. West able to squeak out a tough win, 7-6 over Mahia. Maypearl up on Whitney, 19-0 in the fourth quarter. Grandview and Grosbeck. Grosbeck, another one of these teams I've been keeping my eye on throughout the year. Right now, they're trailing to Grandview 36-28, middle of the fourth quarter. Fairfield gets a big win, 56-7 over Huntington. T gets a win, 57-19 over Crockett. Troy with a 28-17 lead over the Yeoman and Cameron Yo. Rockdale taking on McGregor. McGregor with the lead, 42-28. So they go into the fourth. Clifton and Early in a tight battle. Few minutes left in that game. Clifton with the 26-25 lead over Early. Hamilton and Bollinger. Hamilton gets the win, 45-13. Italy pulls out the win against Axtell, 21-7. Rio Vista with the lead late in the game, 42-21 over Bosqueville. Valley Mills and Itasca. Valley Mills gets a a win 62-33 over Itasca. Rivalry game in Crawford and Riesel. Riesel pulls this one out 21-7. Marlin up big on Bruceville Eddy late in the game 34-0. Rosebud Lot up 51-0 on Moody. Mart taking on Hubbard. Mart gets the big win. And I had to get a little bit closer to the screen to make sure I was reading that one right. Mart 82-0 over Hubbard. Look out for the Mart Panthers making another run right back to the state title. Bremond up on Goldwaite 75-41. Some big scores tonight. Wortham gets the win over Meridian 70-14. Chilton and Frost. Frost gets a win 17-14 over Chilton. Walnut Springs and Covington. Covington gets the win 72-50. Live Oak gets the win over Fort Worth Mercy Culture 31-21. Abbott gets the win over Coolidge 54-6. Aquila and Golson, a rivalry game. Aquila gets the win 48-0. Bluffdale and Iredale. Iredale 83-36 over Bluffdale. And Vanguard. This looks like a basketball score. Vanguard taking on Midland Trinity. Midland Trinity up 94-78. And an NBA basketball score at that, not even a high school basketball score. So great games all around the state of Texas, folks. Like I said, next week, that La Vega versus Robinson game is going to be a great one. I cannot wait to see that one. Before we get off here, folks, like I talked about in halftime, Texas Longhorns versus the Georgia Bulldogs. We got plenty of Texas Longhorn fans on here. Texas looking to come into the SEC in the first year and take over. We just seen Kirk Cousins say, walk in your trap, take over your trap. That's what we're looking at Texas Longhorns doing against this Georgia Bulldog team tomorrow, as Texas is dominating in the SEC so far, but they get their toughest test that they'll have all year long as they take on the Georgia Bulldogs tomorrow. Kirby Smart, a great coach. They're looking to get back in the win column. They dropped a game against Alabama that everyone watched a couple of weeks ago, and they're trying to assert their dominance on this Longhorns team who was new in the SEC and already balling. Took over their spot at the number one spot in the nation. So I can't wait to watch this game tomorrow. That is at 6:30. Longhorns taking on the Georgia Bulldogs. Stay away from I-35 South. If you're going anywhere near Austin, it's going to be jam-packed. Just trying to let y'all know now, warn y'all now, that traffic is nothing to play with. Oklahoma State and BYU playing right now. That's a game that's going to be big in Big 12. Know we got a lot of Big 12 fans that are listening with us as well. BYU sitting at the top of the Big 12 in that game. Lots of good games tomorrow on the college slate. Alabama and Tennessee. Alabama number 7, Tennessee number 11 in the nation. That game's at 2:30. Can't wait to watch that one. Michigan and Illinois, sneaky good game. Illinois is a team that's been putting on so far this year. Not a lot of people talking about them. They're 5-1 on the season. So, folks, we're getting ready to wrap up the post-game show here tonight. Want to thank everybody for listening and watching with us all night long, from the pregame show to the full broadcast of the game. And cannot wait to watch this La Vega versus Robinson game next week. So make sure you guys are getting ready for that. As always, subscribe on YouTube if you want to be able to watch these games, and also watch Centex Primetime weekdays 5 to 7 p.m. As always, make sure you guys check that out. I appreciate the love I've been receiving over the last couple of weeks. And we're going to have a lot to talk about coming up this next week, so make sure you guys getting locked in and getting ready for that. Signing off here tonight in the La Vega Pirate post-game show is Jalen Gillis. I will see you guys next week. Like we said, La Vega versus Robinson next week. That is going to be a huge game and a battle for the district title. Can't wait to see you guys there. Signing off is Jalen Gillis. We will see you guys then. Everybody have a great evening.
Central Texas home for sports. It's Centex Sports Network and Infinity Sports. KWBT-FM, HD2 Waco, Temple, Killeen.